Got the spirit of the game, the Hastings Side Busters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Got the spirit of the game, the Hastings Side Busters.
One down, 6 to go as the Hastings Sodbusters get another crack at the best team in the Independence League, the Casper Spuds. High drama Duncan Field yesterday that saw Hastings drop a 7-6 decision. Sodbusters battled from behind on a couple of different occasions, gave up 2 in the top of the first, tied it. Casper took a 3-2 lead. Hastings went up 5-3 with a big 3-run 7th inning, but Casper responded with 3 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Hastings had a great opportunity to tie or perhaps take the lead in the 9th, but could not get it done, and Casper continues its domination of the Independence League. How about 29-4, 19 wins in a row? Hastings tries to put an end to that streak and get back on the winning side here on the home field. They've been pretty good at home this year, 15 wins and just 6 losses. I'm Steve Stein. We'll hear from Ryan Valenta in just a few minutes, but when we come back, it's a Sodbuster Spotlight with a guy who's getting it turned around, headed in the right direction, Cale Jensen. That interview is coming up next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
We have a Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein with Cale Jensen, Central City guy. He's a well-traveled college guy, now going back for his second year at Northeast Community College. Tell us a bit about where you've been since your last time with the Sodbusters. Talk a little bit about the year at Northeast.
Yeah, last summer I had just finished up at North Dakota State, and then after the summer I went back there for the fall, and then after the fall semester I transferred to Northeast Community College in Norfolk. Just for the spring, and then I'll be going back there for this next year.
It sounded like a really good year for you in the spring. Talk a little bit about your time at Northeast for the Spring Bowl.
Yeah, it was a good season. I mean, as a team and myself, I felt like I made a lot of improvements. I got to play every day, which was great. That was kind of the goal of going there, was to play every day, to develop more and just kind of get some more reps.
Now, we've seen you a little at first base to go along with the outfield. Is that a little transition for you, or did you play a lot of first base earlier in your career?
I did when I was younger, not ever since high school on. I've never played first base, so it's something definitely different and new. But yeah, we're just kind of trying something out, see if it's a position that can maybe stick a couple games next spring.
Well, that's one thing about it. The more diversity you have, that may open eyes for the next level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what in high school I always played infield, which it wasn't at first base, but it was the left side of the infield. So it's kind of different, but it's sort of the same thing.
We're talking with Cale Jensen, who's really getting it going as of late. You kind of got off to a slow start for the summer. What clicked for you, or is there something that you found here in the last couple of weeks that got it rolling?
Yeah, it was a really bad start to the first part of the summer, but I don't really think much changed other than I just was swinging at better pitches towards the end, or towards the beginning of the summer. I was just had bad at bats, getting myself out more than the pitcher really was getting me out. So I just kind of settled into my approach a little bit more, got more comfortable, started seeing better pitches, swinging at better pitches, and just putting better swings on them.
I mean, baseball is so hard because you're going to fail 7 out of every 10 times and still be a great player. How do you keep it straight mentally when things aren't going your way and to not put too much stock in it when things are going your way?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I just tried to not put too much pressure on myself. I mean, it was a rough start, but it was only, when I put it in perspective, it was only like 30 at-bats. So, I mean, I just kept staying positive and realizing if I just keep with my process, I mean, I've had success with it before, so eventually it'll happen again.
Pretty much raising your batting average, 250 points over the last couple of weeks. So really neat to see you getting it going. What about this Sodbuster team? Talk about your experience with this group.
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, I feel like we have a lot more depth, a lot better pitchers, a lot better bullpen, everything pretty much this year. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We've won a lot of games this summer so far since I've been here, and I mean, it's been a really good experience.
And you know, it's kind of like Northeast Community College. You had a good team. It's neat to be playing for something here in July. You guys have a chance at playoffs if you can just kind of put it together here the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think we're in 2nd or 3rd place right now, and I mean, we got a big series here with 6 games in a row against the top team, so I mean, it'll be a big couple games and hopefully keep us in the running.
And you look at it, I mean, they've beaten you every time, but I think 3 of the games have been like one-run contests. It seems like you can play with them, just a matter of making a couple of these little plays to get over the hump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't here for the first series that we played them, but then, I mean, yesterday's game was close the entire game, so I mean, I feel like a couple plays here and there, a couple hits will make the difference in a couple of these games in this next couple of series.
Got a couple of Northeast Community College guys with you. Is that kind of cool to share the experience with college teammates?
Yeah, and I mean, it made the coming up to play summer ball a lot easier, knowing like 5 or 6 guys coming in here, and a couple guys from last year's team are also on the team. So yeah, it makes it a lot more easy to get comfortable with other guys too.
You've been through 2 years of college. Tell us about the academics. What have you gotten done on the academic side of it?
Yeah, so my first 2 years, I already have an associate's degree. So since I'm still at a community college for this next year, I'll just be getting a certificate, I believe, in personal training. And so then after that, I'll just figure out a degree once I go to a 4-year school.
Have you got an idea on what you'd like to major in once you get to that next level?
Yeah, my associate's is in exercise science. So since I was done with that, I went into personal training because that was about the only certificate that I could do in that field. So I'm hoping to go somewhere with an exercise science program and then go on to chiropractic school after a 4-year.
Very, very cool. Of course, probably love to play baseball at the next level. What would be your dream place?
I don't really have a dream place right now. I mean, I just want to play baseball at the highest level I can for the longest possible time that I can, while also kind of how I said I went to the JUCO level to play every day by playing at a high level, but still playing almost every day.
A baseball player, are you a baseball fan? Do you have a favorite team, favorite players that you follow at the next level?
Yeah, I've always been a St. Louis Cardinals fan ever since I was a little kid, and yeah.
My wife's a Cubs fan, so she would not get along with you, but the Cardinals this year, what about favorite players for the Cards?
This year, I mean, obviously I'd say like Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, but all time, I would say you have to go Yadier Molina.
Cub killer, by the way.
Yeah, and I have a little bit of a less known favorite, but David Freese. I remember in 2011, that was the first year that I actually watched baseball, and he had a great World Series, and they ended up winning it, and so that's why I've been number 23 everywhere I've gone.
Cale Jensen, he is our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball today as Hastings getting set to go against the Casper Spuds. Game 2 of this 4-game series. And then the two teams going to be heading to the Mountain Time Zone to meet 3 more times. Really good game yesterday as the Spuds ended up battling back to win it 7-6. Ryan Valenta had the call. Great broadcast yesterday. If you have a chance to go back, all of the YouTube streams are online, so if you want to go relive that, particularly if you're a Casper fan, I suppose. But a really fun baseball game. It just didn't quite go the Sodbusters' way in the end.
I mean, I had expectations going into yesterday's game, and it was definitely way out of what my expectations were. But more of a thought it was going to be a Casper win by quite a few, but I mean, guessed wrong. And really, really good to see these guys hang with the Spuds, especially when they had been outscoring their opponents by almost 200 runs on the season. I mean, like I said yesterday, just every number you bring up, it is way above the league average or above the league average, just in every category. So it was really good to see the Sodbusters slow them down and even have a chance to win it at some point. And like you talked about with Kale Steve, and like we've talked about with Coach Weiser and such, just this series and the first game, even though they lost, gives the guys momentum to know we can hang and we can almost beat the best team in the league, and there is nowhere to go but up from here. You got to feel like the guys got a really good look of this Casper team, and hopefully a better outcome tonight.
And really tip of the hat to Marcus Miller. Came in, didn't know he was going to be pitching yesterday, got the call with a little stomach flu issue going through the team, and Miller came in, gave his squad a chance to win. So tip of the hat to Marcus, and went 7 innings, allowed only 2 earned runs, but did not figure in the decision as the bullpen couldn't hang on. Now, really, you don't want to say it's a must-win situation, but you got your dude on the mound, Braden Cork, and this one is one you really would like to get to even up this series heading into the next 2 games. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Quality First. First of all, for the Hastings Sodbusters, playing center field and leading off, Alexio Delgado. Batting second, the designated hitter, Ryan Jarvis. Batting third and playing left field, it's Taylor Gill. At third base and batting cleanup, Bryce Ronkin. Josh Brenner, the shortstop, will bat fifth. It's Yamato Sato behind the dish, and he is batting sixth. Batting seventh, Jack Borgman at first base. Batting eighth and playing second base, Luke Ray. And batting ninth and playing right field, Kyle Hiltbrandt. The aforementioned Braden Cork is on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters. He split time between the bullpen and the starter's role. Tremendous relief outing last time, and he will get the start against this dangerous Casper Spuds squad. Elijah Reeves at the top of the order, one of the 10 returning players from last year's Spuds team, which ended up winning the second half Independence League title and taking Fremont to 5 before falling in the championship series. Reeves plays center field. Then it's Wesley Flatt at second base. Dylan Schlotterbach is the shortstop and batting third. Josh Phillips plays first base and bats fourth. It's Kenny Jackson in right field batting fifth. Matt Marsick in left field batting sixth. Dawson Baracani, third baseman, batting seventh. It's Caden Clausius, the designated hitter. Cody Clausius, I should say, designated hitter, batting eighth. And Parker Burt is doing the catching and batting ninth. Hamilton Moy is doing the pitching today for Casper. Once again for the Spuds, Reeves, Flatt, Schlotterbach, Phillips, Jackson, Marsick, Baracani, Clausius, and Burt with Moy on the mound. The Sodbusters under the direction of Danny Weiser, getting his first head coaching job, just graduating from Hastings College. Corey Caranda, the assistant coach. And meanwhile, the Casper Spuds under the direction of first-year head man James Batten. He's an assistant down at Southwest Assemblies of God University. The Lions coming off a 27-26 record in the spring, and they are soon to be known as Nelson University. Going to be having a branding name for that particular college. C.J. Jones and Will Hyenacone is the other assistant coach. It's going to flow better. Hyenacone. It's going to take me a few minutes. Will Hyenacone for the Casper Spuds, who come in at 29-4. As far as this game by the numbers, Sodbusters 21-13, 6-5 in the second half, 15-6 at home, and they are 4-2 in the current homestand. Meanwhile, the Casper Spuds, 29-4, 10-0 in the second half. They're 9-3 in road games this year, and they have won an eye-popping 19 games in a row. Just an amazing accomplishment for this Casper team. And the Spuds for the season averaging 10 runs a game, giving up 4.5, and pretty much the same against the Sodbusters, even though 2 of the games have been really close. Had a couple of blowouts in Casper, but Casper averaging 10 runs a game against the Sodbusters, giving up 4. Really, the Sodbusters pitchers have done a decent job. Hastings only hitting .214 against Casper. Casper hitting .256 against Hastings, but they're at .312 on the year. So Sodbusters have held them well below their season batting average, and they'll need to continue to do that if we're going to have a chance today. Should be a lot of fun. The Hastings Sodbusters and the Casper Spuds, game 2 of a 4-game series. If you're in the Hastings area, 2 more cracks at the Spuds tomorrow, and the next day you'll have a chance to come out and watch those. And then no rest for these teams is too bad. They just can't take the same charter together, and they just both have to go up and play each other for 3 games in Casper. Then the Sodbusters get a much-earned day off on the 15th before returning home to play Fremont for a 3-game series. Let's take it down to the field for the singing of our national anthem.
This is E.
Another great rendition of our national anthem in advance of today's Sodbuster matchup with the Casper Spuds. Let's take you through the defense for Hastings. First of all, the numbers for Braden Cork is going to be making his team-leading 13th appearance, and he's 1-2 on the year with a team-best 4 saves, a 1.74 ERA. In 31 innings, he's allowed 9 runs, 6 of those earned. He's allowed 23 hits, 41 strikeouts, and just 10 walks. And he got a save the hard way this past Friday against Spearfish, working 4 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Arguably, with the roster they have now, Braden Cork is probably the man, and really important that he has a good outing for the Hastings Sodbusters today. Yamato Sada will do the catching. At first base, it's Jack Borgman. Second base, Luke Ray. The third baseman is Bryce Ronkin. Shortstop, Josh Printer, and the outfield left to right, Taylor Gill, Alexio Delgado, and Kyle Hiltbrandt has still got a minute or 2, and Ryan Valenta. Really fun to see Braden Cork in a starter's role. He's kind of split time. I would think that would be really tough to go back and forth, but he seems to excel in whatever role they want to put him in.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, very, very tough to go back-to-back and be closing one game and then starting the next game, but that's kind of what Braden's done. He was out of the bullpen for pretty much the whole start of the year where he got his first start. It's pretty much been looking like it has been. Every 4th appearance up until now has been a start for Braden, so kind of getting him mixed in and, getting him some more experience. So, that Northeast Community College program, a very excellent ball club under the direction of Marcus Clapp, so it'll give him a lot more options for the Hawks next spring. But Braden, he has just found the way. He mixes his pitches very well, features a good plethora of pitches, both fastballs, a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he has seemed to just pitch them at will at any time in any count, and has just really been able, that's been his main success, being able to keep hitters off balance and just have them guessing when they have no idea what pitch is coming.
Going to take on a Casper squad which hits .312 as a team, a squad which has had 16 home runs, but an eye-popping 131 stolen bases in 139 attempts. So if you can at all, keep them off the base paths because they will run like this guy, Elijah Reeves. And he takes the first pitch out of the zone for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. One of the top players from a year ago has returned, and 429, a team best 577 on base percentage, leads the team with 44 runs scored. Takes a pitch for ball 2, 2-0 the count on Elijah Reeves. The Sodbusters had pitched him pretty well until yesterday when he went 3 for 5 with the runs scored. He's 4 for 11 overall against the Sodbusters and takes this pitch at the knees for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Frank Williams working the plate. T. Smith, the field umpire, 2-man crew here in the Independence League as the Sodbusters' Braden Cork brings home the 2-1 delivery, and that's right there for strike 2. Good bounce back after a 2-0 count. And Braden, you better be ready to go if you're playing behind him because he pitches it just about as quickly as he gets it back. And he comes set and throws it. A little pop up in the infield, no problem for the shortstop Josh Printer. 1 up, 1 down for the Casper Spuds here in the top half of inning number 1.
It's almost like the first 2 pitches were just, I'm going to pitch around, see if you're going to be swinging first pitch, because Elijah Reeves does like to swing first pitch. And those misses weren't by much. And to your point, Steve, you mentioned those 131 stolen bases. I was really surprised to see yesterday the Casper Spuds did not even try to steal once yesterday.
Amazing. Because they had base runners. They ended up out hitting the Hastings Sodbusters 11-6 yesterday. And here's Wesley Flatt. Solid right-handed hitter, 370 coming into today, and takes this pitch a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Flat with a good day, 2 for 4, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Those were just 2 of his 3 hits against Hastings this year. He's only hitting .231 against the Sodbusters. Rifles this one to the left side. The third baseman's got it. Quick throw over, and Bryce Ronkin handles Wesley Flatt. 2 quick outs here for Casper in the top half of inning number 1, and that's a good start for Braden Cork and the Sodbusters.
Good play by Ronkin. First ball hit his way. He's been the designated hitter for a couple of his games so far and showing up in the hot corner so far. That ball was hit very well, but no reward for Flatt.
Dylan Schlotterbach, the first pitch swinging. Josh Printer deep in the hole. Long throw. How about that for a nice quick inning for Braden Cork? And Casper goes down very quietly. A pop-up and 2 groundouts, just what the doctor ordered for Braden Cork and the Sodbusters. They'll be coming up in the bottom of the first. No score, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Hastings Sodbusters will come to bat in the bottom half of inning number 1 as Casper will send Hamilton Moy to the hill. He is another one of the guys out of Sagu. That would be Southwestern Assemblies of God University, soon to become Nelson University. And Moy playing for his assistant coach. He's from Sugar Land, Texas. 1-0, a 4.37 ERA. Making his 12th appearance in 22 2/3 innings. He's allowed 15 runs, 11 of them earned, struck out 29. He's allowed 29 hits, rather. He's struck out 16 and walked 4 in his appearances so far. And defensively behind him, we'll have Parker Burt doing the catching, Josh Phillips at first base, the second baseman Wesley Flatt. At third, it's Dawson Barakani, shortstop Dylan Schlotterbach, and the outfield, Matt Marsick, to go along with Elijah Reeves and Kenny Jackson. And stepping into the right-handed batter's box is Alexiel Delgado, who takes a pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike on Alexiel. He's got really unique numbers. Not a good batting average, 186, but he leads the team in home runs, he leads the team in doubles, and he leads the team in RBIs. 5 doubles, 16 runs batted in for Alexiel Delgado, who is still trying to get it going against Casper, just 1 for 12 against the Spuds this year, as the Pitch is taken for a ball. Had a great game against Spearfish. Part of this homestand, 2 for 4, a double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored in that series finale against the Sasquatch. 2-1 the count on Alexiel Delgado, and fouls this one off his own foot. Appears to be okay. It's 2-2. He's trying to take more pitches at the top of the order. Hasn't gotten many opportunities at the top lately. He's been the number 9 hitter, with Drew Vega being a fixture at the top of that Hastings batting order since he has had his amazing run of success. Vega setting out to begin the game anyway, batting .341. Alexiel Delgado, 2-2 counts, and Moy atop the hill after Braden Cork set the Spuds down in order, 1-2-3. And Delgado late on the fastball there, could not pull the trigger. He goes down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down for the Sodbusters here in the first.
Moy goes with the fastball there with 2 strikes. Delgado obviously looking for the breaking ball there and just tried to maybe get a piece of lumber on that to no avail.
Here's Ryan Jarvis, 278 on the season, but really likes Duncan Field, 362 here on the home field. 2 triples, that's best on the teams. Got 4 doubles, 15 runs batted in, and 18 runs scored. You can hear the interview with Ryan Jarvis as part of our Sodcast, as Ryan Valenta visiting with him as part of yesterday's game. 1-0 the count on Jarv, the left-handed hitter out of Saginaw Valley State in Michigan. Bounces this one to the right side. First baseman's got it. No problem for Josh Phillips. 2 up, 2 down for the Sodbusters here in the bottom of the first, as we've yet to see a base runner, and Taylor Gill will try to remedy that.
It almost seems like the first start of the season here at Duncan Field, Steve. A lot of those crisp games, 2-1 games, 3-0 games, and all the games have slowed to a crawl as of recent. Doesn't matter who the Busters are playing, so don't mind this fast start.
We take an hour and a half, 1-0 Sodbuster win. About 86 pitches for Braden Cork, complete game. That's all I'm asking. Pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes on Taylor Gill. Good to see him back, as he played late in the year for the Sodbusters, went .290, and he's 3 for 9 in the early returns for the Hastings Sodbusters with 1 multi-hit game. That coming against Spearfish. Lines this one to center field, hitting it pretty well, but that guy can fly out there. Elijah Reeves, no problem. And the Sodbusters gone in order in the first. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the second, no score. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Pitchers and defense dominate early. No base runners through the first inning, and a combined 18 pitches as Hamilton Moy and Braden Cork pepper the zone with strikes. And fun baseball yesterday, and a competitive back and forther. Little different start to this game. It was 2-2 after the first inning yesterday. Casper took a 3-2 lead. Sodbusters battled back to lead at 5-3, but couldn't make it stick. Casper 3 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, and that one insurance run proved to be the game winner as Hastings got 1 at the bottom of the 9th, and Casper wins it 7-6. They are now 4-0 against Hastings this year, winning 16-3, 7-6, and 10-1 back on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. Here comes Josh Phillips, first baseman, left-handed hitter, and Braden Cork's first pitch down low to him. 1 ball and no strikes on Phillips. Phillips, some eye-popping numbers, 379, 8 home runs to lead the team, 40 runs batted in to lead this powerful Casper squad, and he hits it hard but foul. And 1 ball and 1 strike on Josh Phillips, as he was a part of yesterday's game in a big way. 1 for 4, a double, 2 runs scored. Oh, by the way, picked up his first save of the year, coming in and pitching an inning. Did allow a run on a hit, but struck out a man, and he's been a good pitcher. ERA just over 1 for the season. 2-1 the count now as Braden Cork brings it home. Off speed, foul territory, and Ronkin going to run out of room about 3 feet too far for him to get to it. 2-2 the count on Josh Phillips.
You mentioned Phillips' power yesterday, or his power, and yesterday that double that he had, that was an opposite field double where he just kind of threw the bat out at it, and it went almost all the way to the wall on a couple of hops. Just shows you how strong this kid is.
He's from Southern Arkansas University out of Cypress, Texas. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, a little bit low. First 3-ball count of the ball game. As Josh Phillips has worked it full. 2 for 8 against the Sodbusters this year. But another one of the many guys hitting over 300 and takes ball 4. So a rare walk for Braden Cork, a leadoff walk here in the second inning. And after Braden Cork threw 9 pitches in the first, he throws 6 to Phillips to open the second. Here comes Kenny Jackson. Kenny Jackson out of Point University, batting .351, 3 home runs, 6 doubles, 25 runs batted in, and 30 runs scored. It's been good against Hastings this year, 5 out of 13 for a .365 average, and he was a Sodbuster killer yesterday and lines this one foul down the left field line, went the other way. 3 for 5, a double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored for the product from Kings Hill, Virgin Islands. Right-handed batter, left-handed hitter, runner at first, and will they turn the guy at first loose? Josh Phillips, big dude, but 9 for 10 in stolen bases this year. And Jackson up there swinging away and has fouled the first 2 off, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out, no score. We're in the second between the Sodbusters and the Spuds, the second of 7 straight games in 7 days against the best team in the Independence League. Cork out of the stretch, looks over at first, a moderate lead, and the delivery. Did he offer at it? No, as a check swing there. Must have been just a little bit low. I thought it could have very easily been called strike 3, but Jackson a good eye and somehow held off, and T. Smith did not go on the appeal, really didn't have a good look at it as the field umpire, as he was standing behind the pitcher's mound. So 1-2. New life for Jackson. Braden Cork brings the pitch. Same place, just below the strike zone, and now 2-2 on Kenny Jackson. A walk to lead off the inning. Jackson trying to advance Josh Phillips. Braden Cork, big pitch here, you don't want to go 3-2. And the delivery, fouled away, probably would have been ball 3, but Jackson went after one up and out of the zone. It's still 2-2 on Kenny Jackson. Kenny Jackson, another one of the guys who can run a bit. 12 for 12 in stolen bases this year. Braden Cork shakes off a sign, another, a third, getting ready to go, and now he checks the runner. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there. 1 out here with 1 on is Kenny Jackson, the first strikeout victim of Braden Cork.
Went with the breaking ball in the back door there. Jackson could not lay off. Looked to be near the outside of the zone and perfectly placed. Very tough to lay off as a hitter. When you see that thing floating right in there, you think you can catch up to it, but not the case.
Matt Marsick, one of the 10 returnees from last year's Spuds squad, which went 34-25. He's out of Oklahoma Baptist. He steps in and takes ball 1. Marsick, 289, a home run, a double, 31 runs batted in, 28 runs scored. He is their stolen base leader, 22 out of 23 for the season. Has not really gotten it going against Hastings yet. Takes the first 2 out of the zone, and 2-0 the count, as we've seen Cork fall behind batters 2 of the first 3 here in this second inning. Marsick just 2 for 10 against Hastings pitching in the 4 games thus far. So a hitter's count here for Marsick, batting in the 6th spot in the order for this Casper squad. Braden Cork brings it home. And that one's low. Good job for Yamato Sato to keep it in front and keep that guy from getting to second as Josh Phillips is running at first. But 3-0, as Cork's in danger of walking his second of the inning. Braden for the season had walked only 10 with 41 strikeouts. 3-0 pitch. Low for ball 4. Oh boy. Don't want to be giving up free passes to this Casper squad, which comes in with a .312 team batting average. Just asking for trouble no matter where you are in the batting order, and Dawson Barricani will step in. Mesa Community College he started at, then moved on to Maryland, Baltimore County. .271 hitter with 3 triples on the season. 7 runs batted in. Interesting to see, he handles the bat pretty well. Does he bunt right here with first and second and 1 out? He's taking all the way after a couple of walks in the inning and takes strike 1. No balls and a strike. With 1 out, probably not nearly as likely to be bunting as if there were nobody out. Casper, what are their team colors? I don't know. They're purple yesterday. They're blue and green today. I really like these uniforms. Pitch at the letters for a strike. So Cork not getting the low strike, and maybe he has to work the top of the zone there as he does hit the letters for strike 2, and quickly 2 strikes on Barricani. Strikeout would be all right for Cork here. Runners first and second, 1 man out. Casper trying to break on top. Little looper into right field. Could be trouble, but it will stay in the air long enough for Luke Ray to get there. A large second out of the inning. And good job for Luke to play his position. 2 outs, 2 on for their number 8 hitter, Cody Clausius.
Yeah, good play by Luke, and right when he caught it, he was fighting with the lip of the grass too, trying to plant his foot. The ball can squirt out of the glove sometimes there, and credit Luke for squeezing that one, and like you said, getting that big second out.
Can you get the third out now here as Clausius, 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI, his season batting average at .356, so not many holes in this lineup. And strike 1. No balls and a strike on Cody Clausius. Clausius, they come from all over. A lot of Texans, but Cody is from Gettysburg College, and his hometown is Landenberg, Pennsylvania. Braden Cork brings the pitch way outside, lost control of that one. A good job for Yamato Sada to come out of his stands to grab it, make sure the runners do not advance. At second base, it's Phillips. At first, Marsick. Both of those guys drawing walks, but no damage yet here in the second inning. Cork shakes off the sign, has had to work out of the stretch much of this inning. Brings home the 1-1 pitch, curveball taken to right field, could be trouble, and that is going to fall. 1 run will score. Throw comes in. There will be runners at the corners. Throw gets away, but no chance for further advancement. A big 2-out single from Cody Clausius. And Casper does break on top, 1-0.
Like we've seen the Spuds do so often this year, they've now scored first in 20 of their 30 games. And they have won just about all of those games. It is tough to dig out of a hole when you're behind the Casper Spuds.
Parker Burt trying to keep it going, and now your Braden Cork just minimized. 1 is okay, multiple runs, and you really feel behind the 8 ball. Parker Burt, .278 on the year, 3 doubles, 6 runs batted in, 9 runs scored for the Mansfield, Texas product, who goes to Murray State. Takes the first pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes for the number 9 hitter, so the top of the order did nothing in the first. They're batting their 6th man here in the second. Bouncing ball back up the middle, that's a base hit. A run will score. There will be runners at first and second, so the number 8 and number 9 hitters get RBI singles, and those 2 walks come home to roost against Braden Cork, and Casper has taken a 2-0 lead as Parker Burt picks up his 7th run batted in of the year.
Like we said, you don't usually see the bottom of the lineup coming through. Those are guys who might be struggling, not the Spuds. They have got those big dudes in their lineup all throughout.
And now the lineup turns over for not the biggest of dudes, but their biggest hitter. Elijah Reeves, top hitter on the team, gets his chance after he popped it up his first time, and he takes strike 1, no balls and a strike. 7th man to bat in the inning, Elijah Reeves comes to the plate with an RBI opportunity. Not a big RBI guy because he does bat at the top of the order a lot, 16 runs batted in, but that eye-popping 40-plus runs scored this year. Big swing, no contact, quickly behind to the counts, 2 strikes, and See if Braden Cork can finish the deal and try to get out of this with no more damage done. 2-0 already. Casper on top here in the second. And the walks, rare walks from Braden Cork, looming large as this inning unfolds. Shakes off a couple of signs and brings home the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Reeves got a piece of the off-speeder to get another look at Braden Cork. Also works the pitch count here as Braden Cork, who threw only 9 pitches in the first, is now up to 36 here in the second. So 27 and counting for Braden Cork in a long top half of the second inning. Bouncing ball left side. Ronkin, nice stop on 2 hop steps on the bag, and that will do it, but the damage is done. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. Casper 2, Hastings nothing. Sodbusters coming up.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Work to do for the Sodbusters early as Casper puts a 2-spot on in the second to lead it. Bryce Ronkin, Josh Printer, and Yamato Sato. We'll see what they can get done against Hamilton Moy. Both of the starting pitchers threw only 9 pitches in the first, but saw Braden Cork forced to 28 pitches in that second inning, now 37 for the game. And the Sodbusters hopefully will have that kind of go against Hamilton Moy here in inning number 2 as Bryce Ronkin will try to get things started. South Dakota State guy, we miss his South Dakota State teammates. Jude Sundquist and Jack Kruger both leaving. They had committed just for the first half, and so they are gone. But good to see a South Dakota State bat in the lineup, Bryce Ronkin. Ronkin, 364 in his early games, 4 out of 11, a couple of doubles, 4 runs batted in, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base playing his 4th game. Bats in the left-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters against the right-hander, Hamilton Moy. Moy atop the hill, working out of the stretch exclusively, and brings the pitch home. It's outside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Bryce Ronkin. Moy, not a big strikeout guy for this team. Under a strikeout an inning, they've got some guys who certainly have the capability. 1-0 delivery, way outside, 2-0. Saw Josh Phillips work a 6-pitch walk to begin the second inning for Casper, and Ronkin will see if he can work the count here. 2-0 pitch does catch the outside corner, 2-1, according to home plate umpire Frank Williams. T. Smith, he's been doing a lot of games here. He is in the field today. I think it's Frank's first trip to Hastings as he worked yesterday's game. 2-1 pitch is called strike 2, so Bryce Ronkin going to have to battle now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ronkin had a multi-hit game against Spearfish, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. Takes this pitch for ball 3, 3-2. Yesterday was in the lineup and went 1 for 3, a double, and knocked into in the Sodbusters 7-6 loss to the Spuds. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Moy bounces back and strikes out Ronkin, his second strikeout of the game, and Josh Printer will come to the plate.
Looking real lively on the fastball, and Moy not messing around there. Saying, here's my fastball, see if you can hit it. Him and Cork pretty much about the same velo, about the middle 80s in their fastball velocity tonight.
Josh Printer at 257 coming into today. A home run, a triple, 4 doubles, 15 runs batted in, 18 runs scored for the returning player for the Sodbusters. Takes ball one. He leads the team with 30 games played this summer. It's just been tough to take him out with the kind of shortstop he plays, regardless of how the bat's going. And he's had an up and down year. It's kind of on an upswing coming into this series. Takes this pitch outside. Josh Printer, a team best 20 walks, so he does work the count regardless of how he's swinging it. That also helps. 2-0 pitch on the way. Watches this one go by for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Josh Printer, who likely is playing his last baseball. It sounds like he's probably going to turn his attention to coaching as his next stop. Moy's 3-0 pitch. Swinging is Josh Printer. And the shortstop's got it. Throws to first in time. Dylan Schlotterbeck throws out Josh Printer. A little surprised, down 2-0, that Printer swung it that way. 2 outs for Yamato Sato. Hastings catcher. Sato will stand at the right-handed box. 192 average for him. A triple, 3 doubles, 10 runs batted in, and 12 runs scored. First pitch strike to Yamato Sato for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's 4 for 8 in the homestand. Had a multi-hit game against the Plainsmen. Double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. 0-1 pitch, misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 on the Japanese player in the Sodbuster lineup today, Yamato Sato. Kind of cool. You've got the Japanese, the guy from the Netherlands, doing the majority of the catching this year for the Sodbusters. Bouncing ball left side. Shortstop, Schlotterbeck deep in the hole. Long throw in time. Nice dig on one hop there for Josh Phillips. And that'll do it for the Sodbusters as they go down in order for the second straight inning. Casper leads it 2-0. We'll hear from Ryan when we come back, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Casper Spuds have a 2-0 lead as we head to the top half of inning number 3 at Duncan Field. Gorgeous night for baseball in Hastings, and we turn it over to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. Looking for a bounce-back inning from Braden Cork. The Sodbuster right-hander knocked around a little bit in the second inning, throwing 28 pitches after that 9-pitch first inning. And this Spuds team, so far, they're as advertised. It's putting good swings on balls, especially in special counts as well. Never out of an at-bat whatsoever, and we saw that last night, too. They just didn't really strike out, much if at all. Braden Cork giving up the 2 runs. Just the 4th time he's given up 2 runs, 2 or more runs this season. His most he's given up was 3 runs, which one of them was unearned. That was in the Spearfish series just about a month ago. It's back already in the top of the lineup. Second batter of the lineup. Grounds over and an out is recorded. A wild throw by the third baseman Bryce Ronkin pulled Jack Borgman off the bag, who, according to T. Smith, maybe if T. Smith's telling the runner to go back, I don't have a good feeling about this. Borgman came off the bag and then either tried to tag Wesley Flatt or get a foot on the base, and they're going to call him out. So an interesting development there. Borgman either tagged him or did get the base back, and Spuds over there trying to sell the call that flat was safe, but not so. And Borgman saves his third baseman from an error.
I think he came down with his opposite foot on the bag, so a heck of a play for Borgman.
That one is off the helmets and into the stands. Oh, goodness, there. That is off the helmet of Dylan Schlotterback. It was a breaking ball that he could not get out of the way of, and Cork hits his first batter of the game, and it's a one-out base runner, and that one hit the perfect spot. It just kind of just bounced right off of him, and it appears that Schlotterback is no worse for wear.
And a fan caught it on the fly in the stands, so it was kind of an unusual play all the way around.
There we go. Fans making the plays. Should be an out. It's banana ball, right?
You bet.
That'd be a horrendous way to get out an actual banana ball. Get hit by a pitch in your head, and somehow the ball ricochets to the fans in the stands, and you catch it. You're out, and your head hurts a little bit too. Schlotterback is at first. It's Josh Phillips at the plate. He led off last inning with a walk and came around to score the game's first run. Pitch downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Yamato Santo doing the receiving for Braden Cork on the other end. Santo's been thrust more into the catcher role with Matthias Kroll. Been missing Fred Bond. Got to check in on his status. We know he had some family things to attend to in the season, but we've not seen Fred for a good few weeks now. And Sodbuster's really just down to 2 catchers right now, Santo and Kroll, because Nathan Massar is injured right now. He was kind of the 4th string catcher for the Sodbusters. Pitch is a generous outside corner strike to Josh Phillips, who had a 3-0 count. Just by the demeanor of that man, he wants to swing the bats. He doesn't mind a strike getting called on him there. He's got 2 more opportunities to put a good swing on it. Well, never know if he was going to take a swing there. It's another walk. And the Sodbusters in the 3rd inning have already walked more Spuds than they did all of last night. 2 walks, combined 3 pitchers in 9 innings. We've had 2 1/3 innings tonight, already 3 walks. Not something you want to see, especially with this Spud team that will make you take advantage. Or they will take advantage and make you pay. Cork has 2 on with 1 out, with Kenny Jackson at the plate, and he swings at the first pitch, grounds at a diving stop by Borgman. He's got nowhere to throw it, though. The throw to first is not in time. Cork wasn't the fastest getting over to cover the bag at first. Heck of a play by Borgman to keep it in front of him and almost make a play, but all hands are safe on the infield single.
Tremendous effort there for Borgman, and he just kind of lost it coming out of his glove. I think he was going to throw it to second. When he lost control, okay, I can still get the out at first. You mentioned Cork just a little bit tardy, certainly saving a run there, but now the bases are loaded and just 1 out.
Sodbusters theoretically a double play away from getting out of it. But the Spuds, they have been very good on offense. Pitches outside to the 6th place hitter, Matt Marsick. He also walked in the 2nd inning and scored. Those are the 2 runs of the game so far for the Casper Spuds. Trying to put up a crooked number here in the 3rd inning. Foul ball, out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. On the season, the Casper Spuds, they've grounded into 12 double plays. That is in a span of 33 games. So not more often than not. Pop up into short left field. Printer going out, and he will make the catch. Runner bluff tags and will not advance. Excellent play by Josh Printer. Taylor Gill was there to make the play as well. But the captain makes the grab for a big 2nd out.
And I think it's fortunate that Printer did get there, because Gill, I think, lost it off the bat. He was late breaking on it, and Printer taking control of that play all the way. And I almost would have liked to have seen Schlotterback try to take off, because I think Printer guns him down. See if he can get the big 3rd out right here.
Braden Cork back to the windup with the bases loaded. Last chance to Dawson Barakani. He was way out in front of a breaking ball and swings and misses. Barakani popped out to second base. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Just appearing in his third game out of 4 total games against the Sodbusters this year, has 1 hit. That 1 hit was a triple. Check swing, and he went around. No need to check out with the field umpire there. Frank Williams said he went too far. And quickly, 2 strikes on Barakani. Barakani a 271 average. 19 hits on the season. 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. Cork, the steady dose of sliders here in this at-bat. And with the Sodbusters only having to use 3 pitchers last night, and with Cork with a good amount of juice in his arm, you figure he can go quite a few innings and keep the bullpen well rested. 0-2 spiked into the turf. Good block by Yamato Sato to keep the runners at bay. It's a good waste pitch, 0-2, and you really have to put a lot of trust in your catcher if you are going to throw those pitches, because a wild pitch means another run. The 1-2 pitch lined into center field. It's a base hit. 1 run is in. The second runner is held up, and they go station to station on a 1-2 pitch. Dawson Barakani serves it into center field, and that's his 8th RBI of the season. Spuds now lead it 3-zip.
What makes Casper so good? A lot of things, but the ability to drive in runs with 2 outs. 2 2-out singles an inning ago, a 2-out single here, and they all come from their 7, 8, and 9 hitters to take a 3-0 lead.
The bottom of the order paying dividends for the Spuds tonight. Next batter, taking strike 1, it's Cody Clausius. He singled home the game's first run in the second inning. He's 1 for 1 and had a good night against the Sodbusters last night as well, as he recorded a couple of hits. Chasing as Clausius down in the count, 0-2. Wind also not a factor here at Duncan Field once again. That was the case last night. 0-2 pitch to Clausius. Gets a piece of it and shoots it down the left field line, foul. Count remains 0-2 on the Spud designated hitter. We're in the 8th hole of the lineup. Clausius can reach the 9th hole hitter due next. Pitch grounded to the right side. Over at second base, Luke Ray gets a friendly hop and throws over to first in time. And the Sodbusters allow 1 run, but that's all. Definitely could have been a lot worse here. It's 3-0 after 2.5 innings of play. Sodbusters still looking for their first hit, first base runner, first everything in the bottom of the 3rd.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Check. 3rd inning of play. The Sodbusters coming up against the Spud starter Hamilton Moy. He has been perfect so far through 2 innings and has given up no base runners. It's been 6 up, 6 down, a couple of strikeouts, 3 groundouts, and a flyout for Mr. Moy, who finishes his warm-up tosses. And we said how we love these Spud jerseys, all over it as well, love them. Christy in our chat says that these jerseys are their special Donate Life jerseys.
Ah, very cool.
Jerseys for a good cause. not only are they cool, they're helping a good cause. Win-win. Love it.
And if you can't quite see them, blue pinstripe with lime green numbers, and for old guys like me, huge numbers on the back. So yeah, they're awesome uniforms.
They've even got numbers on the front. They're not super visible, but they've got numbers on the front. No, that's a big one for you, Steve.
You bet.
It's 7, 8, and 9 due up. Jack Borgman is the first batter, and like to see him get going. He has struggled a little bit at the plate. If you remember, he got off to that scorching hot start to start the season. It seemed like he was going to be the guy who was just going to run the table. Hits in first 4 contests, and then he went cold as he had a 10-game hitless streak, and he's also been hitless in his last 3 games, but has shown good signs. Misses outside Des Moines. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jack Borgman, Norfolk native, Northeast Community College guy, and also provided some good offense for the Hawks this spring season. High chopper to the third baseman, Barakani, who guns it over to first in time for the first out of the inning. Borgman is retired. It's 7 up, 7 down for Hamilton Moy.
One thing Jack has not let get to him, even when the offense hasn't been there, he's been really solid at first base. Saved infielders' errors and made that great stop of a grounder in the top half of this inning. Just really love him when he plays first base.
Now the 8th batter for the Sodbuster lineup, it's Luke Ray. Luke Ray did not appear in the field last night, but came on in relief for the Sodbusters. That was in the 8th inning. And Luke Ray was, fortunately, the pitcher of record, took the loss for the Sodbusters as he gave up a couple of runs. Pitch just misses there, and Ray evens the count 1-1. Gave up those 3 runs, all in the 8th inning. Cade Cartwright tried to come on and limit the damage, but the Spuds took that 1-run lead. Ray lines it right there at first base is Josh Phillips. The tall first baseman snags it out of the air. Ray hits it hard, but nothing to show for it.
Oh yeah, Casper's pretty good defensively too. I mean, they can fly in the outfield. Long infielders, they got the whole deal this year.
Like we've mentioned, this is quite literally almost a plain Goliath. And Goliath wasn't slain, and right away it takes a lot to slay the Giants, but it is just very, very surprising to see that they have won 19 straight games. It is hard to do that, and at any level. I mean, unless you're a travel team, a 12U team with a bunch of kids from wherever the good players are. I mean, that's really the only situation I can think of, but this Casper team's something else. Kyle Hiltbrand's the batter, 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball out of the zone, and Moy gets the chase. 1 strike away from another 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2 from Moy, it's inside, and missed his spot there. The catcher, Burt, was setting up outside. Kyle Hiltbrand, a California native from Atascadero, looking for his next college stop after playing for Western Oregon in the spring. 2-2 is low. It's now full. Kyle's just appearing in his 13th game this summer. .217 average, just 5 hits, all of them singles, and 1 run batted in. The righty delivers it home. It's off his foot again, and Hiltbrand will go back in the box, and that did get a piece of him. No protective gear down there, and looks like he could get hit by that in the same spot in his sleep. Hamilton Moy trying to work another 1-2-3 inning for Casper. That's inside, and that hit him. Hiltbrand wears it, and he was watching that one all the way in, perhaps thinking it was going to be an inside breaking ball, and gets plunked it. Finally, this first base runner for the Sodbusters, 9 batters in, but the painful way.
I was going to say, the foul ball off the foot didn't hurt, but that looked like that stung a little bit. It took him a moment to make his way down. I think it hit him on the elbow as he's having a moment with the first baseman Josh Phillips over there, and maybe the Sodbusters can get some two-out magic after we've seen Casper score 3 runs, all with 2 outs the last 2 innings.
Kind of seems like for a pitcher and the opposing offense, the first time through the lineup is either feast or famine for a lot of guys. It's been feasting for Hamilton Moy, see if the Sodbusters make the adjustment the second time through the lineup. Alexio Delgado shows to bunt, pick back, throw to first. Hiltbrand's back in safely. Saw Hiltbrand, he was kind of looking, it looked like, at his right arm, and you just hope it misses that elbow area, because when it hits near there, big problems can happen, and that arm goes dead, and you almost can't even move it. Line shot into left field, a base hit for Alexio Delgado. Well, that breaks up the no-no, if you could call it that. It's just the first time through the order. Sodbusters needed one time through to see with what Hamilton Moy had, and now they're getting started in the hit column, back-to-back base runners and a hit for Delgado.
And after Alexio didn't bat yesterday, he had 2 hits his last game where he came to the plate, gets a hit today. Maybe he's getting it going in the right direction. Here's Ryan Jarvis, who's been pretty good with 2 outs this year and been a nice clutch player. Can he keep this inning going and really get something to give this momentum back to Hastings? It's kind of all Casper at this point with a 3-0 lead.
See a mound visit from the catcher Parker Burt. After his starter allows 2 consecutive base runners with 2 outs. And we'll see what Ryan Jarvis can do. Jarvis had a big 0 for yesterday. He was yesterday's Sodbuster spotlight, went 0 for 5, but he puts a deep charge into one into deep center field. Reeves racing way back. It's over his head. 2 runs will score. Jarvis thinking 3. He will make it standing up. A 2-run triple for Ryan Jarvis. The Sodbusters are right back in this game.
The Sodbuster leader in triples picks up his 3rd of the year in that category. It all began with the 2-out hit batsman. How about clutch 2-out performance? Delgado and Jarvis. And now Hastings has the tying run at 3rd.
Well, there's the defibrillator right there. The Sodbusters are alive. Set down 8 in a row. Now 3 straight have reached. And a Spud head coach, Jason Batten, will go out for a visit with his players. And Danny Weiser, head coach for Hastings, going down by the dugout, giving his player knuckles. And what a titanic shot for Ryan Jarvis. I don't know about you, Steve. I was holding my breath with Elijah Reeves out there. I was like, that looks like it's really well hit, but any second now he's going to catch it. He's going to catch it. Oh, he's not going to catch it.
Yep, I could just see a Willie Mays. I thought he was going to go headlong and dive and catch that about 15 feet from the wall, but couldn't quite get there. And Jarvis motoring all the way as Ryan Jarvis, he has made his living with the triples. He's got 7 extra base hits, just 4 doubles, and now 3 triples on the year for Ryan Jarvis, who continues to hit well at home.
And give him RBIs number 16 and 17 on the season. That is up there with the Sodbuster lead as well.
And he has now taken over the RBI lead from Alexio Delgado.
There it is. Ryan Jarvis with the blistering shot into deep center field. Could be a home run at some ballparks, but you'll still take the 2 runs in. Taylor Gill has a chance to tie this baby up with any old little base hit. And he's head in the count, 2-0. A couple of guys walking down to the Casper bullpen, but again, with our vantage points, can't really see if anyone's throwing exactly or not. Gill fouls it off. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Orem, Utah native. Good to have Gilly back. He was a very healthy late addition to the Sodbuster team, which saw so much turnover late last season. That one way inside, and Gill has to back out of the way to avoid being hit on the leg. And he's in the driver's seat now, 3-1.
Big stop for Parker Burt. That's the tying run that would have come across if Burt doesn't get that with a backhand stop on the bounce in the left-handed batter's box.
The 3-1. Low for ball 4. 4 straight have reached for the Sodbusters, all with 2 outs, and it's the Sodbusters' turn to make that noise. down to their last out.
Isn't baseball unusual? Man, it looked like Hamilton Moig was just going to set him down 27 up, 27 down. Fell behind Kyle Hiltbrand, hit him, and now single, triple walk, and let's see if the Sodbusters can find a way to manufacture more.
Hamilton Moy has only made 2 starts this season, but has pitched long relief. But getting in a little bit of unfamiliar territory. He's pitched over 3 innings 3 times in his 11 appearances. Still trying to get through the 3rd inning here and keep the Spud lead intact. Bryce Ronkin is ahead in the count, 1-0. Gill's on the move. Pitch called to strike. The throw down to second is there, and he is safe. And the run scores. Gill just beats the Rap at second base, and no attempt to throw home whatsoever by the shortstop Schlotterbeck. I don't know if he thought that he got him or lost the ball, or
he lost the ball.
He lost the ball. Okay,
yeah.
The throw was there, but Schlotterbeck not able to hold on to it. It's a tie ball game, 3-3.
Good call there. Hats off to Danny Weiser. Go with the double steal, and the Sodbusters now have the lead run in scoring position.
What can Bryce Ronkin do? He swings and misses. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the steal was called a strike after ball 1, the first ball. How about the Sodbusters? Falling behind early yesterday, coming back, and they do the same thing today. Ronkin fouls it out of play and will run into the stands. Remains a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Bryce Ronkin's GM co-owner Scott Galusha raved about this kid, saying he would be one of the best hitters once he got to the team. And we have seen that for the most part. 4 for 12 early on in the season for him. A couple of doubles, already 4 runs driven in for Ronkin. And he's a hit away from driving in number 5. See what Moy comes up with the 1-2 count. High fastball misses. Now 2-2. After pretty much cruising along, the Sodbusters offense comes alive and making this a ball game again. Big gap in left center if Ronkin can go that way. He hits it to left field, but it is right at the left fielder. Now comes in a few steps. Matt Marsick makes the grab, and the Sodbusters will settle for a tie game, and I think we will too. 3-0, make it 3-3. Sodbusters score 3 runs on a 2 RBI double from Ryan Jarvis, and a double steal ties the game up. We've got a new ball game, 4th inning, coming up.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Brand new ball game, 3-3 your score. The Sodbusters with a crooked number in the bottom of the 3rd to tie things up versus the Independence League leading Casper Spuds. Only 4 losses on the year for the Spuds, and it's been a long time since their last loss. You have to go all the way back to June 11th, almost exactly 1 month, and they lost 2 games in a row. Those were to Fremont's. 2 losses against Fremont's this year. Whoa, there goes the bats. Look out as Parker Burtz loses the lumber. Batting gloves and all, but not enough pine tar, I guess.
And man, there's a bunch of little kids right in front of that net. The youth baseball team, you're just really happy the net was there and happy that everybody's okay.
They were probably all reaching for it, thinking they could catch a bat. Those kids these days. Home plate umpire Frank Williams checks with Bert and makes sure he's got enough pine tar so he doesn't lose the bat and maim one of the guys behind the plate. Let's see what that does to Bert for the rest of the at-bat. Swings and misses again. It's 0-2. Bert is the beer batter today and one strike away from offering the Duncan Field fans discounted adult beverages. Ooh, just missed inside. The breaking ball. Cork started his K-strut, but just misses. That's a 1-2 pitch. Going to mention, see how Braden Cork responds this inning with a tie game. He strikes out the beer batter. Tag applied. And the fans race to the upper deck bar here at Duncan Field. Strikeout for Cork. And his second strikeout tonight.
Sodbusters, by the way, are 13-9 in beer batter games this year. Better home record. They're 15-6 winning percentage. But as far as the announcers picking beer batters, that's 13 times in 22 games that the Sodbuster fans have been happy.
Loving that we're keeping track of all these silly stats this year that mean absolutely nothing. Beer batter records in different jerseys. I mean, that does matter because superstition's a real thing, folks. Comebacker to the mound, Elijah Reeves, is retired. After his excellent day yesterday, he started off this game 0 for 3.
I feel like a geek, actually, keeping track of all that, but it's fun. Yeah, it's just something to add to the joy of baseball.
So now it's up to Wyatt Flatt and Braden Cork after getting his offense, getting him back to a tie ball game. It's right back to him again. Comebacker number 1, comebacker number 2. Cork puts himself in the opener of the Spuds and stops the bleeding. Spuds score a couple in the past 2 innings, but nothing doing this time. The Sodbusters with the momentum coming up in the 4th inning.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning at historic Duncan Field. Beautiful Hastings, Nebraska. Game 2 of 4 between the Casper Spuds and the Hastings Sodbusters. And they will go back to 5, 6, and 7. Josh Printer, Yamato Sano, Jack Borgman due up against Hamilton Moy.
Be interesting to see how Moy reacts. He only had 6 pitches to rest after throwing 28 pitches last inning, so he is basically right back out there. Probably didn't even hardly sit down, and now he has to face a Sodbuster team who's itching to get at him.
Moy had a 9-pitch first inning, and then the past 2 innings combined, 41 pitches, with most of them coming last inning in the 3rd. 7 Sodbusters came to the plate, and 3 of them scored. High strike called on Josh Printer. And Printer grounded out in his first appearance. He is 0 for 1. Grounded out to his counterpart of the shortstop, and now Printer gets the low strike called on him. So down in a hole, 0-2, and got to protect against both vertical parts of the strike zone. 0-2 pitch, low and away for ball 1. just about out of an hour of game time now. We've played 3.5 innings. Inning number 4 coming to a close after these 3 outs. Printer on a line, and off the glove of the shortstop, Schlotterback and into left field. On a 1-2 pitch, Printer puts a good strike into it, and he's aboard with a leadoff single.
And that is why he is one of your leaders. High strike against him, low strike against him, doesn't panic, takes the ball and finds one he likes and gets a base hit. That is why he is one of the heart and soul guys on this Sodbuster team. A really good at bat, and let's see if they can keep it going.
Here is Yamato Sato. He's got some good pop in his bats. But he has been kind of hot and cold at the plate this year. Takes strike 1. It's 0-1. When Yamato makes connection with the barrel, it is trouble for outfielders. We've seen him flirt with the outfield wall a couple times this season and be well rewarded for them, especially in clutch spots. Pickoff throw to first. Printer not going anywhere. Sodbusters have stolen 1 base today. It's just and into right field. Sato has a base hit. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just threw the bat out there and puts it to the opposite field. And 2 consecutive singles to lead off the 4th inning for Hastings.
And after Yamato got off to such a slow start, he's back over the Mendoza line at 2:04 coming into today. So really neat for Yamatos. He's 1 for 2 today.
And a visit to the mounds by Jason Batten, and likely see this be the end of the day for Hamilton Moy. He pitched 6 up, 6 down to start the game. He even had 8 up, 8 down. He was 1 out away from going through the Sodbuster lineup perfect through the first time, and then the next 4 reached for Hastings. And even this inning, he has been greeted rudely. The Sodbusters picking up where they left off with 2 singles. Batten still chatting with his his Spud starter, and home plate umpire Frank Williams trots out to break up the conversation, but he will head back to the dugouts. So the Sodbusters with a chance to take the lead here, and a very good opportunity to do so with first and second, nobody out. Jack Borgman, a big opportunity for him. Jack Borgman coming into the game a 179 average. 14 hits, with most of those coming in the first part of the season. He's being asked to bunt, pickoff throw back to second, but Printer's in safely. Even with a power bat like Borgman, just with his recent struggles, not surprised at all to see the bunt sign thrown on by the skipper, Danny Weiser. Play some small ball and get that go-ahead run across, especially when your pitching staff has been so good. Borgman gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. Only play to first. The throw is off the bag. Borgman is safe. The second baseman, Wesley Flatt, covering, but not tall enough to receive the throw, and all hands are safe. Bases loaded, nobody out.
An amazing play for Wesley Flatt to keep the ball in front of him. And how about Borgman? He gets down the line pretty well. I know he's a big dude, but one of the better athletes, and did a good job getting it down and hustling to keep that play going, and now there's going to be a pitching change.
So Hamilton Moy cannot make it through the 4th inning. He cannot record an out in the 4th inning. His day is done. The Spuds in trouble here. And Luke Ray will come to bat after the new Spud pitcher takes the mound. We'll tell you about him right after the break.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Sodbusters get to the Spud bullpen. They used a lot of arms last night, but they will go to one that was not seen last night. This is Armani Knipper. He's a South Lake, Texas native, goes to the University of Texas at Arlington, and he is called upon to put out a gasoline spill that has the match just right over it. Sodbusters are ready to ignite that fire, and Knipper will have a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation, making his 12th appearance on the season. Has made a couple of starts. His last outing was a start against Milwaukee just about a week ago. It was last Wednesday. But Knipper with a 1-0 record. He's given up 10 hits in the span of 19 innings, only 5 runs, 8 walks, and 32 strikeouts. So a high strikeout guy, and he'll look to get a couple of those to keep this game manageable.
Weird day for Hamilton Moy, who sets down the first 8, then 7 of the next 8 reach to end his day.
Oh, man. That's why you come out to the ballpark. The Sodbusters can look lifeless through the first 8 batters and then come up now with a chance to take the lead and put up a huge crooked number here in this inning. Armani Knipper will take the bump after Hamilton Moy went 3+ innings, did not record an out. All 3 base runners on base belonged to him. Luke Ray is the batter. He's 0 for 1. And Knipper pumps in a strike with some high velo for strike 1. Printer led off the inning with a single. It's officially gone single, single, single as Jack Borgman's bunt was ruled a single. 0-1 up high. It's ball 1. They check out to the field umpire. And T. Smith says no swing. We'll look to get an official number on Knipper's fastball in just a few pitches, but my goodness, does it look like he's bringing it. I would not be surprised if that's in the 90s. It's 2 balls and 1 strike after strike 1, 2 straight misses. And Luke Ray trying to be the hero. Sodbusters hitting .296 with runners in scoring position coming into this game. It's off the glove of the catcher, and it's going to roll near the dugouts. A wild pitch, more like a pass ball, and the Sodbusters have the lead. It's 4-3.
Yeah, Parker Burt, I mean, it's probably an adjustment for the catcher as well. You had Hamilton Moy throwing, mid-80s. Now you have Knipple coming in. It appears to be hitting at least 90, and it's got to be a little bit of an adjustment. He's got some action on that, too, and the Sodbusters now ahead in the count and ahead in the game.
It's a 3-1 pitch to Luke Ray. Strike called in the outside corner. Ray thought he had a walk, and he'll have to retrieve the lumber to see another pitch. Official, according to our flight scope so far, 91-92 on Knipper's fastball. And that's why he has 32 strikeouts in 19 innings. The payoff pitch. Ray hits it on the ground to the shortstop. It'll get a run home. The throw over to first is in time, but it's an RBI ground out for Luke Ray, and the Sodbusters have a couple. They now lead it 5-3.
Tremendous at bat for Luke Ray. You got to be the first guy that sees the 90+, and he actually pulled it. It jammed him a little bit, but put it on the ground to a middle infielder. Casper playing back and conceding the run, and a great job there for Ray to bring home another.
Borgman remains at second base. Now the bottom of the order. It's Kyle Hiltbrand. He takes a high strike and makes sure with the home plate umpire that it was a strike. 0-1 to Kyle. High and tight for ball 1. You see a lot of guys, they'll turn and ask the umpire something after they take a strike they may not agree with. A lot of the guys learned, they ask them, is that as high as you'll go? Or is that at the top of the zone, or would you go any lower than that, go any higher than that? Just kind of getting a good feel. So even when a guy turns back to the umpire, it's not always demonstrative, saying they don't think it was a strike. It could be a lot of meaning. Hiltbrand's awaiting the pitch. It's upstairs. And it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Excuse me, make that 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hiltbrand with a foul ball in between those. Still just 1 out. Sodbusters with the chance to get some more. Breaking ball, and that is nasty. Well, we wondered if that was coming, and if it was when, and there it was, and it's perfectly placed on the breaking ball from Knipper.
You can see why this guy's Division I product. 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and then he puts the hook like that. You just kind of, it's go to the back of the dugout and tip of the hat.
Well, it'll be up to Alexio Delgado, who swings at the first pitch, hits it to third base. Barakani double clutches a bit, but gets it over in time. And the Sodbusters will settle for the 2 runs as they now lead it 5-3. We'll be back with inning number 5 right after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
The Sodbusters having some fun on offense. They have now scored 5 runs in the past couple of innings, and they stake their starter Braden Cork to a 2-run lead. When the Sodbusters got it tied up in the 3rd inning, Cork had an excellent inning last time. See if he can continue that success. We'll turn it over to Steve Stein for inning number 5.
And how much of the success in that 4th inning was due to Braden Cork's 4th when he threw only 6 pitches, as you put Hamilton Moy right back out there, and Moy struggled, giving up a couple of hits, and then the infield single that ended his day, and the Sodbusters getting it done with a wild pitch and an RBI ground out to get the 2 runs there to take the lead. Now hopefully Cork can just do what he did last inning, puts a breaking ball over but low, 1 ball and no strikes to Dylan Schlotterback, a shortstop who was hit by a pitch and scored his last time up. He is 0 for 1. But kind of feast or famine for Braden Cork, who had a great 1st and 4th, not so good in the 2nd and 3rd. Throws this one over for a strike. It's 1-1 on Schlotterback. Schlotterback, right-handed hitter out of Paris Junior College down in Texas. Another one of the guys from the Lone Star State on this team. Pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Schlotterback. As 3 free passes have resulted in 3 runs for Casper. 2 guys walk in that 2nd inning. They both score. A hit batsman scores in the 3rd. And the bottom of the order getting it done. All the RBIs coming from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And now Cork has fallen behind again, 3-1. So he has not been a big walk guy during his Hastings Sodbuster time. 3-1 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss at probably ball 4, 3-2 on Schlotterback, who offered at the off-speeder that was down and away. Big to come back right here and try to get the leadoff man here in the 5th. Put a 0 on the board after the Sodbusters had scored 3. Want to get another 0 on the board to keep the momentum on the side of the green and gold. High and inside for a ball, and it's a walk for Schlotterback, and so he's aboard with nobody out, and Josh Phillips will come to the plate for the Casper Spuds.
I can't believe that's 4 walks, I believe.
Yeah, it has been.
And a hit batter.
Yep, and it's tough as get that drink away from the electronic equipment.
I was going to move it away. It was my fault.
I just didn't, I get scared.
I know.
Scared, all right.
It's my fault. My fault, Steve.
We've got Scott Galusha here, and that was just because I'm probably going to be one to knock it over. So the Sodbusters do lead it 5-3, and yes, Braden Cork. Very un-Braden Cork-like here in the early going. Well, he is and he isn't. 1, 2, 3 in the first, 1, 2, or 3 in the fourth. He spoiled us a lot this year.
Well, he was really good the other night.
Oh, boy.
That's what your last memory of him was. He was really, really good. And so, Cork says about 4 words a week. But I guarantee you he's talking to himself. He cannot believe he's already walked 4 people and hit somebody. But he just competes and competes and competes, and we know when he's on the list today for pitching or whatever day it is, we know we're going to have a chance to win because he just doesn't quit.
And the 1-1 delivery here is drilled into right field, so the Casper Spuds have first and second and nobody out to open the fifth as they try to come back. Wild game already. How about the response of the Hastings offense? 8 up, 8 down, and you get 5 runs the last 2 frames.
Yeah, we did not look very good early. We didn't have a very good approach and was swinging at pitches in the dirt and once we extended a couple of bats and we started stringing some good at bats together, and then good things happened. I thought we got a little bit lucky on a base running deal in I think that was the third, but did a nice job at responding again, and a big 2-out hit from Jarvis there to get the fans and everybody energized, and he gets right back in the game.
2-run triple kind of got it rolling for the Sodbusters for real. Then he would come in to score on a double steal. And then the Sodbusters would get 3 straight hits to open the fourth. And then they bring in one of their dudes who threw it 90 miles an hour. And one of those things that's going to go a little bit unnoticed. You had the wild pitch. And then Luke Ray, how about a 3-2 grounder back up the middle to score a run when that certainly could have been a strikeout pitch.
We had this conversation just the other night. Luke Ray, I don't even know what his stats are. It doesn't matter. Stats are for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. But that kid understands the game of baseball, and he just continues to do little things that help teams win games. And so I'm so proud of him. And another good at bat, 2 strikes, and he fought it off and got the job done. And those are just things that don't get overlooked way too often in baseball. So really happy for him, and he just continues to help his teammates.
Danny Weiser visited them out here, try to put some words of wisdom in the ear of Braden Cork. First and second, nobody out, and there really are no weak links in this Casper lineup. And Kenny Jackson, who has got an infield single to his credit, he's 1 for 2, takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. Casper trying to come right back, and what's looking like it could be a long night at the ball yard. 5-3, top of the fifth, after we saw a combined 18 pitches in the whole first inning, which took about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't take very long.
It has slogged along since then. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Second baseman's got it. Throws to short for one. That's all they'll get as Ray gets it over to Printer. Printer, very good decision not to throw, so there'll be runners at the corners. 1 out for the Spuds with Matt Marsick coming to the plate.
Jackson hurt us last night. We failed to look at the scouting report a little bit, so I was a little disappointed in that. But we threw him fastballs in a couple situations that's cost us 3 runs. And so he's a good hitter, and a nice job. And Cork made a good pitch to get him to roll over one for us. So that was a big at bat. Now we got to try to minimize here, see if we can get another ground ball to the middle infielder.
You'd love to see him double play, but this is one of their speedy dudes. Their leading stolen base guy, Matt Marsick, 22 stolen bases. You figure it's going to have to be a rocket to get a ground ball double play right here. Cork puts the pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He was one of the guys who walked and scored. 0 for 1 of the game for Matt Marsick.
By the way, both those guys in the second walked to score. And
I brought that up. I knew you'd like that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You just can't do it. Especially with good teams, you just can't think you're going to wiggle out of things. Again, good job, Luke. Good play. Good decision.
Bouncing ball right side. Ray's only play to first. Gets the out there. Runs, scores. It's 5-4. Marsick with the RBI. So Schlatterback, who walked to open the inning. By the way, all 4 runs who have scored, hit batsman and 3 walks.
Them. Yeah, I know that, and I'm going to tell Cork that, but I probably won't tell him that till Thursday. But he already knows. I mean, he's a coach's kid. He already knows all that stuff, and his dad's probably already texted him.
What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Such a great kid and a good family, and boy, he's been phenomenal for us, and really happy for him.
Dawson Barricani And the Sodbusters lead at 5-4 despite being out hit 5-4. Barricani takes strike one, no balls and one strike. And like I say, Cork kind of he spoils us the way he has gone through his early numbers. And there's going to be days where you're not going to have perfect control, but coming into this game with 41 strikeouts and only 10 walks has been one of the dudes for this Sodbuster team this year.
He's been the constant out of the bullpen for sure, and because of some injuries, we decided to move him up here, which he was more than excited to do that. So we're excited for him. He's happy for him. He works really hard, and he's a great teammate. So just another quality kid that's wearing that Sodbuster uniform, which makes me smile even more.
0-2 the count, and hard hit ball to center field, but Alexiel Delgado will take care of that, and a good job of minimizing. Nice visit to the mound for Danny Weiser, and after that visit, fielder's choice grounder, and fly out to center. So after all of that, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Casper Spuds. We'll keep it here with Scott Galusha. The Sodbusters do own a 5-4 lead, and to see what they can get done with Armani Knipper, who, he's one of the faster throwers that the Sodbusters have seen here in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's got good velocity, and that breaking ball is pretty good, but he hasn't had to go to it too often because he's been pretty good with the fastball right now. But, you used the word that I wanted to say, which was minimized. First and second, nobody out with Jackson coming up. If we get out of that with 1 run, we got to consider that a win. And so that was a good job by Danny to go out there and calm Mr. Cork down a little bit, and then we made solid baseball plays behind him after that. And we say that a lot, but that's what good teams do. They're able to minimize that and not let it get out of control.
And Casper, they did something this past inning they hadn't done. They scored a run with less than 2 outs. That also makes it more painful. Good teams find a way to get those 2-out hits. They're 7, 8, and 9 hitters, all with 2-out RBI hits for their first 3 runs of the game.
Yeah, that was noted in my notepad. That was there too. We walked the 8-hole guy and the 9-hole guy, or I think we walked the 8-hole guy.
It's not those guys who got the hits.
Yeah, that's right. It was a 7-hole guy, and then the 8, 9 guys got hits, and so that's a sign of a good team too. And when you can turn that lineup around, and we've done a pretty good job with that too, for the most part. Usually it's Alexiel down there. Today he's in the lineup in the 1 spot, but that's something that's kind of my little trademark I always like to do, whether it's softball or baseball, is I always have a good hitter down there. I kind of feel like it's cheating a little bit, but we got to get back in. We don't necessarily have to score here, but I think it's important that we put a little pressure on them. And at least, I'd love to scratch one across and get it back. But I think it's important that we put a little pressure on them, get a couple guys on base, extend some at-bats, and try to get deeper into that bullpen.
Yeah, we were 8 up, 8 down. Let's go back to that 3rd inning. Hilbrand hit on a 3-2 pitch, then single for Delgado, triple for Jarvis, walk to Gill, and the double steal. That was a pretty impressive bounce back after an 0-for-8 start in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed or not, that second at-bat for Ryan, he was in the box and he backed out of the box. And I'm going to tell you what I think happened there in a second. So
Jarvis is at the plate now, by the way, against Knipper, who brings it over 90 miles an hour. Decent swing for Jarvis. Had a good cut at it. 1-1 the count on Ryan Jarvis, who's 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in.
Him and I were talking before the game, and he said sometimes they get in the box and they don't have an approach. I said, well, don't do that anymore. If you don't think you know what you're looking for, get out of the box and get back in. So that's what I think happened in that second at bat. And it turned out well. That doesn't necessarily mean that's why, but we're trying to focus that we don't take at-bats for granted, and we get in there and we look for pitches that we're looking for. And we're talking to Ryan a little bit about just reacting inside, because that's what his body naturally wants to do, is turn and burn on that pitch. So we're talking a little bit about, just react to that inside pitch, look away, and try to flip it to right. So that's kind of what we're looking for, trying to get him to keep that front side a little longer and stay on the ball just a bit longer.
Jarvis, a nice homestand in progress. Takes strike 3, and whoo-wee, give a tip of the hat to Knipper. Comes with the hook, and the backdoor breaking ball catches Jarvis, and you just kind of got to tip the hat there on that particular pitch.
Yeah, that didn't look like it was a strike until it got to the corner, and so that was an excellent pitch. And sometimes, like you said, you got to tip the hat, and sometimes they're just going to beat you.
As Knipper certainly looks like a quality guy, Taylor Gill will come to the plate with nobody on and 1 out and high strike call. We've seen some high strikes called, seen some low strikes called, and Sodbusters have overcome that. I think of Josh Printer, who had a high strike and a low strike go against him and comes through with a single that began that run-scoring fourth inning.
And I guarantee you that was driving Josh crazy, too, by the way. So I tell you what, I got a chance to be around Josh for now 2 years, and I've been around this game a long time, being an old guy, and I'm not sure I've ever met anyone that has a better baseball IQ than Josh Printer. He understands the game, and I'm excited that he's going to try to be a coach, although the one thing he's going to struggle with is no one's going to work as hard as Josh. No one's going to want to play every game 20 days in a row, so he's got to understand some of those expectations. But his knowledge of the game is incredible. It's a testament to whoever taught him how to play growing up, mom or dad or some youth coach did a great job with Josh. And matter of fact, I'm going to visit with Josh a little bit. I think he might look good in that coaching box here, and whether it's next summer or a year after that, because he's a stand-up kid, a wonderful young man, and he'd be a great example for us to get back in the program if we could.
Taylor Gill, 2-2 at the plate. Good to see him back after a solid summer last year, late in the year, and he's worked it full here. He's got a walk to his credit today, and he has flown out to center. Taylor Gill just joining the team a few days ago, 3 for 9 in 3 games, including a multi-hit game.
Yeah, he called me early June, and he wanted to play, and we were full. And then we had unfortunate injury with Leo. Matter of fact, Leo's mom just texted me tonight. So Leo's having surgery on the 16th, and so we wish him the best. And when we lost Leo, we got a hold of Taylor, got him in here, and one thing's pretty cool. Leo wants to come back. So, Leo, the door's open for Leo to come back next summer, and hopefully he can do that. He's a good kid.
Taylor Gill has struck out, 2 up, 2 down, as we've seen Knipper come out and dominate the 5th inning after Casper scored a run at the top. Sodbusters continue to lead at 5-4. Bryce Ronkin at the plate now. He has a strikeout and a flyout to his credit in his first 2 at-bats today, and takes this pitch for a high strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Ronkin. Got the one South Dakota State guy to come in after we lost the 2 good South Dakota State pitchers. Hopefully keep that pipeline going in future summers.
Exactly. Danny Higginbotham is the assistant up there, and he's a friend of mine. We've been working together. He used to be at DMACC, and actually that connection even goes further. So you want to guess what school he played for in college?
Nebraska?
Arkansas Tech.
Oh, all right.
So that bloodline for us goes pretty deep. So Danny, along with Dave Dawson, those are the 2 guys that we call all the time. And it's nice that Danny gets a chance to work at South Dakota State, so we're happy for him. And so now we're hoping to get some of those South Dakota kids back. So there's a couple of years when the coaching staff changed it or we didn't get them.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to get those kids back, and they're really good quality kids.
Well, that'll do it. A fast-moving 5th inning.
Well, now we're back to the early part of the year where it's me and you, and it goes quick. But, hey, thank you so much.
Coming up.
You bet. I appreciate it, and to keep up the good work.
Scott Galusha, owner GM of the Hastings Sodbusters, out of the coaching box now, as turning it over to Danny Weiser. We appreciate him coming up as the Sodbusters go down in order. 3 straight strikeouts for Armani Knipper, who has looked really, really good. He struck out 4 of the guys he has faced, so really important for Braden Cork to see if he can put a 0 on the board. As the Hastings Sodbusters will see what they can get done now. And really important for Braden to try to bounce back after giving up a run in the 5th inning, because it's certainly looking like Knipper can put 0s on the board to his heart's desire as he has come in and been really dominant. Sodbusters do lead at 5-4. Let's turn things over to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. It also just going to be a question of, he can put up 0s, but got to limit at some point. Just got to figure out how many or however many innings or whenever that may be. Knipper, 27 pitches so far, just 14 strikes. But he's gotten the strikes in that last 5th inning when they mattered the most. 3 consecutive strikeouts after the Sodbusters made some noise in the 4th inning. But going to be a tough customer with Mr. Knipper on the mound the rest of the way through. For the Spuds, they have their 8-9-1 hitters due up. Cody Clausius, Parker Burt, and Elijah Reeves, the 3 scheduled hitters, as we start the 6th inning of play. Clausius swings at a first pitch off the glove of Cork, and Clausius will be safe, and Cork, right after it bounced out of his glove, hit his glove in frustration, knew he should have just let it go, And it's an infield single for Cody Clausius. He has his second hit tonight and another multi-hit game like he did last night.
A game of inches on the verge of being one pitch, one out. Instead, runner at first, nobody out, and Casper has the tying run on there.
Perfect spot to roll a double play if you can. Parker Burt, the batter, he singled home a run in his first at-bat in the second inning, but then struck out against Cork to lead off the fourth inning. So he's 1 for 2, but has provided an important run for the Spuds. 4 runs on 6 hits for Casper, 5 runs on 5 hits for Hastings. Burt swinging and fouls it out of play. Clausius picking up the 6th Spud hit just a few moments ago. It's been the bottom of the order. That has really paid dividends for the Spuds tonight. Combined 4 hits for their 7, 8, and 9 guys so far tonight. Cork set with the 1-1 delivery to Parker Burt. Line to the shortstop. Printer drops it. He lost it in the sun, but he still has a play at second base. And it works out to the Sodbusters' favor, fortunately. Printer had it, and the last drop of the ball, it's skipped off of his glove, but they still forced Clausius at second base.
Great call, Ryan, because, you think, how did Josh Printer lose that? But just in the wrong spot with where the sun is, and Printer, a nice job of not panicking, getting the force out. So in some ways, it probably works out better. I don't know, although Burt can still run pretty well as well. He's at first, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Burt is the catcher today, and theoretically, catchers don't run very well. It's a bunt. Reeves gets it down. Sato throws over to first in time, and there are 2 outs. Surprised to see Reeves bunting there with such a good bat. Yes, you want to get the runner over, but with nobody outs, that's a good play. But now you have 2 outs, and you're forcing the next hitter, Wesley Flatt, to get a hit, and he's 0 for 3.
Especially early in the count, not working the count at all. And I think he was trying to pull the bat back, and the ball was coming right in at him, and he just kind of had to protect himself, and it really worked out tremendously for the Sodbusters. They have a chance to get out of this with no damage done.
And again, Wesley Flatt, he has grounded out 3 times, 0 for 3, and he takes a big swing and misses. Unlike his night last night, where Flatt reached base 3 times on 2 hits and a hit batsman, has yet to get on base tonight. Wesley Flatt, Plano, Texas native, one of the Sagu guys on the team, lines it past Printer into center field. Delgado gets to it quickly, and with him playing in, that will keep the runner at third base. It's a 2-out hit for Wesley Flatt, but Casper not on the board yet. They'll have to have another batter to do so. And Wesley Flatt wasting no time on the first pitch. He singles. It's now 7 hits for Casper. And that game-tying run 90 feet away. Spuds have won 19 in a row. Sodbusters trying to spoil that tonight. But still plenty of baseball left to play in this 9-inning contest. Runners at the corners for Dylan Schlotterbeck. First pitch to him. Get me over, breaking ball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Schlotterbeck 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out in the 9-pitch first inning, has since been hit by a pitch and walked. Both those times he came around to score. Pitch by Cork. It's inside and it hit him again. 2 hits batsman for Dylan Schlotterbeck, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
So 4 walks, 2 hit batsmen, just such an unusual night for Braden Cork, but yet he's still very much a part of this game and can still survive this inning with no damage done, but it's getting a little dicier all the time.
And the batter is Josh Phillips, the cleanup hitter. And he could sure clean house right now to give the Spuds the lead if he can put one in the outfield. Schlotterbeck on for the 3rd time, and Phillips has been on all 3 times he's come up to the plates. Unfortunately, you can't walk him there to get to the next batter because bases are loaded. Phillips has walked twice and singled. 1-0. Big swing and fouls it back. 1-1. Besides the fourth and first innings, been some traffic on the bases for Casper. Sodbusters have won the battle so far. Pitch way up high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. That was pitch number 91 from Braden. And there is action in the bullpen. A right-hander warming up for Hastings if Cork cannot survive this inning. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is in there at the knees for strike 2. Cork's already seen a season high in pitch counts. He passed the previous mark of 89. He set back 1 month ago on June 8th. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, and that's foul. Went with the slider again, and Cork had him out in front, but Phillips just gets a piece. Phillips 1 for 1 tonight. Had a good night last night with a long double and a couple of runs scored. What does Cork come up with here with the 2-2 counts? Ground ball to the right side. This one it's fair. And Borgman's got it. He steps on the bag. And Braden Cork dances out of trouble. 6 innings in the books for the Northeast Community College right-hander. And he still has the Sodbusters in the lead, 5-4. The Sodbusters looking for some more. We'll be right back on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Back at Duncan Field for bottom of the 6th inning. Close game, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Been a back and forth game. Casper leading 3-0 early. Sodbusters tie it up in the 3rd, take the lead in the 4th, allow 1 run in the 5th, and dance out of bases loaded trouble with no damage done in the 6th inning. And they will take aim at a new Spud pitcher. And thank goodness for that. So we say goodbye to Armani Kipper and his 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball. They will go to the arm of Levi Graham, Temple, Arizona native, and attends college at Southern Nazarene University in Bethany, Oklahoma. He will be called upon to face Josh Printer, Yamato Sato, and Jack Borgman.
We'll take our chances with the guy with a 5.06 ERA instead of the guy from the Western Athletic Conference who throws at 93 miles an hour.
At a Division I school, absolutely. Graham making just his 5th appearance this summer and just misses with the pitch to Josh Printer. No record for Levi Graham. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Printer swings and misses. Levi Graham a total of 5 1/3 innings. And he saw action in last night's contest where he pitched 2/3 of an inning and induced a double play to get 2 for the price of 1. Pitch outside, and Levi Graham takes a trot on the hill, takes the hat off, recollects himself, and steps back on. Josh Printer 1 for 2. And his single started off that 4th inning, which gave the Sodbusters the lead. He eventually came around to score. He's in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. Swinging and hitting it to right field. Kenny Jackson drifting back, still going back. That has no problem with it. He makes the play for out number 1. Printer puts some good contact on it, but he's the first out. Don't mind seeing a Printer going the other way as well, as most of his hits go to center or left center field. Went pretty far on that, but Duncan Field holds the ball. Yamato Sato bats. He also kept the line moving in that big fourth inning with a opposite field single. And Yamato recorded his 12th hit as a sodbuster this summer in that inning. A 1 pitch outside, it's 1-1. The Japanese native, one of the pure souls on the team. Always see him out helping around. You'll see him fraternizing with teammates, even though he basically came into this summer not knowing any English whatsoever. Came around at the start of the season, walked around with his phone with his translator on it, and that has been how he's been talking to the guys. Strike 3 is called. A perfectly placed fastball in the outside corner by Graham. It's 2 up and 2 down. First punch out for Graham.
Bullpen looking really good for this Casper team. I mean, it's just such a well-rounded squad. A team ERA coming into today of 3.47 and that 312 batting average. They don't have any holes.
So for the Spuds, it's their 7th strikeout as a pitching staff tonight. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts for Casper pitchers. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts for sodbuster pitchers, which has only been Braden Cork. Kind of figure we'll see a new arm out of the sodbuster bullpen after this inning. Check swing did not go. Peel down to first confirms it. 2 balls and no strikes to Jack Borgman. Saw the sodbusters get some magic going with 2 out and nobody on in the 3rd inning, trying to replicate that here. Borgman gets a pitcher-friendly strike called against him. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 to Borgman. Breaking ball, waits on it. It's a slow chopper. It finally gets to Schlatter back, and he's safe. We'll take it. I thought they got him at first, and yeah, that's what the head coach, Jason Batten, will come out to argue, is that the runner was safe at first, and he's going to make the umpires get together, but don't think he's going to win the argument there.
And I don't know if he said that they pulled the foot off. It looked like the throw was a little bit offline. I think he just called Borgman safe.
Borgman, and he definitely had a little bit of influence on it. When he hit the bag, he threw out his arms trying to signal he was safe and might have sold the call. Umpires talking, and they will not change the call. We saw head coach Batten come out a lot last night, 4 separate times, questioning a call in the field, and which none of them were overturned, and even in the final inning, checking a Hastings pitcher for a foreign substance. So he's an active head coach. Batten is making sure he gets his money's worth and making sure don't get cheaped out on any calls. We'll see if the Sodbusters can do anything with the infield single with 2 outs from Jack Borgman, who's got a multi-hit game.
With 2 infield singles. Great job for Jack Borgman.
A bunt single and a ground ball infield single. 2 singles that haven't left the infield. Love it.
How about a weird game? First 8 are retired. Sodbusters have 7 of their next 8 reached. Then the next 8 were retired again before Borgman gets on.
Oh, man.
So now we should have 6 out of 7 reach here, or 7 out of 8 reach, get a few runs.
Trends. We love to cherry pick trends here in the Sodbuster booth. The 0-1 pitch is called a strike. Looked to be a little bit low on Luke Ray. It's called strike 2. 0-2 to Luke. Luke Ray is 0 for 2, but drove home a run on a ground out. Breaking ball just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Ray, an Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy on the team. Love the Arkansas Tech connection here in Hastings. 1-2, strike 3 at the knees. Ray is caught looking 2 backwards Ks. And that will retire the Sodbusters. The 2 out single does not come home to score. It's still a 5-4 ball game, 7th inning. coming up on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
We go to the 7th inning at Duncan Field. Still a 5-4 ball game. Sodbuster bullpen now in play. Braden Cork lifted after 6 very good innings. He exits with the lead as the pitcher of record for the moment. They turn it over to starter and reliever, guy who can do either for the guys, Adam DeBoer. Adam DeBoer went to East Central University last year. That's in Union, Missouri, with a fellow catcher not in the lineup today, but Matthias Kroll. And Adam's going to be making just his 4th appearance this season. Got to the team a little bit later, made his debut, a forgettable debut, on June the 20th against Fremont, where he threw 75 pitches and only recorded 7 outs. Ended up taking the loss in that game, but his last outing, he was very, very good on July 1st. 4 1/3 innings. Got the win against the Plainsmen. 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Swinging first pitch is Kenny Jackson. He grounds out to second base, and an excellent start for Adam DeBoer. 1 pitch, 1 out.
A guy who has, like many players in the last few series, battling some stomach issues, and so was supposed to be the starting pitcher yesterday. And in a perfect world, he could come in and finish this one out for the Sodbusters after 6 courageous innings for Braden Cork.
So just 9 outs to get for the Sodbuster bullpen. Make it 8 now with the first pitch outs. Kenny Jackson's ground out puts him at a 1-for-4 day. And here's Matt Marsick. Just misses high and away. And Marsick, a short-statured gentleman. If he's any taller, probably gets the strike called him on in there. Marsick 0-for-2, had walked in the second inning, the only time he's reached base. That one a little low. Sodbusters have had trouble finding the zone with some of their pitches tonight. Probably a few too many walks than they would have liked. That one does find the bottom of the zone. It's 3-1. 4 walks by starter Braden Cork tied his season high in walks in an outing, but exits with the lead. Beautiful breaking ball. And Marsick can't get the bat off his shoulder, and he's now facing a full count. DeBoer decides on sign number 2. It was money. Heater disposes of Marsick from 3-0 to back to the dugouts. DeBoer strikes out his first batter.
Really good bounce back for DeBoer. It certainly looked like they were going to get a 1-out base runner, and Marsick's speed, you almost put him at second automatically, although it's been stunning when they have had guys on. They really haven't ran yet, despite all their season accolades.
That is one thing we've got very, very curious about. As their first pitch is inside to Dawson Barakani. The Spuds haven't even attempted to steal yet this series, and they come into the game, or the series, stealing 131 bases, averaging 4 steals a game. I mean, yesterday, yes, you had a left-handed pitcher on the mound for 7 innings with a decent pickoff move, but against strictly right-handed pitching today, just very curious as to why the Spuds are not using the stolen base card. 1-0 pitch, in there for a strike to Barakani. He singled home a run in the 3rd inning, but has put the ball in the air and been retired the other 2 times. He's 1 for 3, seeing his first action in this series. Look, that one's behind him. That one slipped out of the hand of DeBoer on the breaking ball. And the count's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Barakani 1 for 3 today and looking to get something started here for the Spuds in the 7th inning. Down by a run. Swings at it. Grounds it to third. It's in play. The throw over is in time. Bryce Ronkin with the hose. Over to Jack Borgman at first base. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. And I'm going to hold the phone here. And I do think, Steve, did that ball look a little weird off the bat to you? It almost looked like maybe it hit his foot. And head coach James Batten is arguing that over at first base, I think. But I don't know why he would be arguing with the field umpire and not the home plate umpire. Maybe he's gesturing something else.
I think he's arguing, and I almost think he's right. It was kind of an almost anticipatory thing for Jack Borgman. The throw came over. It almost looked like Borgman took a step toward the dugout before he caught the ball. It was a 5-3 putting. I think he may have come off the bag before the ball got there because it was just like, okay, 5-3 put out. I'm going to head out. No, I think he kept the bag.
No shot.
It was just, an optical illusion because Borgman, just kind of took his one step after he caught it. Yeah, when I first thought, man, did he keep the bag before he started heading to the dugout? But a good 5-3 put out and nothing to argue about there. And so T. Smith all over it. Good job.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with the bottom of the 7th.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
We're back with the bottom of the 7th inning. Just 6 outs to get for the Sodbuster bullpen as they retire the Spuds 1-2-3 in the 7th inning. And it will be back to Levi Graham to come on in the 8th inning. 9-1-2 due up for Hastings. It's Kyle Hiltbrand to lead things off. Levi Graham allowed a single in the 6th inning, but no damage was done. And we've got just a few outs for each team remaining, and the bullpens have looked very, very good so far. Adam DeBoer working a scoreless inning, and for the Spuds, their bullpen of Armani Knipper and Levi Graham have pitched a combined 3 scoreless innings. Kyle Hiltbrand over to third base. The throw made by Barakani, and it's out number 1. And another out for the Sodbusters. They've only had 1 base runner since the 5th inning.
I'd be okay if we kept it scoreless, although I am never going to be comfortable. A one-run game against these dudes?
Casper's 4 losses. Again, they came against Fremont twice, the Prospects once, and Spearfish once. Those 4 losses, 1-run loss, 3-run loss, 3-run loss, and 1-run loss. So when the Spuds have lost, it has not been by much. Top of the order for the Busters coming up. Alexiel Delgado takes strike 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lex has had a hit in his second at-bat in the 3rd inning, which he ended up coming home to score a run. He's 1 for 3 today. Low strike called, and that one just at the knees. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Delgado, Carolina University guy from Groverland, Florida. Time called by the field umpire, and it's for the pitcher Levi Graham to tuck his jersey in. When we resume, it's still going to be a 1 ball, 2 strike count. See if any offense can get going here in the late innings in this second game of a 4-game series. Delgado takes outside, 2-2. Delgado came into the game hitting just $186. came in with the RBI lead, which was taken over by Ryan Jarvis. As Steve mentioned earlier, just a very weird stat line for Delgado, who goes down swinging. That's been the other weird stat there. Has struggled with the strikeout a bit, and he goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. And it'll be up to Ryan Jarvis with 2 outs. Jarvis 1 for 3, and his 2-run triple in the 3rd inning, that got this place jumping. And the Sodbusters took the lead and have held the lead ever since. Of course, he took the lead after the inning with Ryan Jarvis, but that one really got things started. So 1 for 3 today. His other 2 at-bats, he has grounded out and struck out. Fouled out of play. Jarvis was a strikeout victim of Armani Knipper in the 5th inning. Knipper finished his day with an excellent line. No hits, no runs. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings pitched. It's a 1-1 count to Ryan Jarvis, Saginaw Valley State product. Breaking ball stays high and Graham misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sun now pretty much completely covering the infield. The grandstand peeking some sun around the shortstop position, but the outfielders for the moment have to deal with the bright ray of sunshine, at least for probably another half an hour or so. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. 2-2 count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Busters lead at 5-4. No runs here at Duncan Field since the top of the 5th inning. 2-2. Jarvis slaps it to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. It's the shortstop, Dylan Schlotterback, ranging all the way out into shallow left field to make the grab. It's 3 up, 3 down for the Spuds, as another 0 hung by each pitching staff. Still a 5-4 game. We'll be back with inning number 8 after this.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
What a weird and wacky game. This 5-4 game may seem like a well-played game throughout the whole game. It has been, but Steve, you're just telling me through the break, I mean, this is by far a traditional game if you look really close at the numbers.
How in the world is Hastings winning? Sodbusters have struck out 9 times. They've walked once. The Sodbuster pitchers have walked 4 and struck out 3. The Sodbusters have been out hit 7-5, but somehow Hastings is 6 outs away from winning 5-4. The score, 9 left on base for the Casper Spuds. Just 3 for the Sodbusters, as we'll see Casper come to the plate here with Cody Clausius to go along with Parker Burt and Elijah Reeves. They're 8, 9, and 1 hitters to try to get something done against Adam DeBoer. DeBoer, a very solid first inning of relief, got a ground out, a strikeout, and then another ground out through 12 pitches, and throws the first pitch over for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Cody Clausius. Clausius, the number 8 hitter, getting it done. 2 hits today as an RBI. They're 4 runs batted in, coming from their 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Little looping liner right side into right field for a base hit. Has a good effort, but unsuccessful for Luke Ray to get there, and the tying runs aboard with nobody out in the 8th.
Luke Ray's just been peppered by tough plays all night. Had a couple of balls just hit over his head, a couple of tough ground balls with in-between hops, and there's nothing you can do about it there. An excellent piece of hitting for Clausius to sneak it past
Parker Burt steps up now. He is 1 for 3 on the day, an RBI single. He wants to bunt and bunts it foul. No balls and a strike on Burt, as Parker Burt out of Murray State College stands in the right-handed box. Actually, new batter here. This is number 10, Cole Douglas out of Colorado Christian, a .214 hitter. So he is batting in the number 9 spot. Squares to bunt, and that pitch behind him. And how about the effort from Yamato Sato to dive, grab it when it was basically going at the head of the guy in the right-handed batter's box. And so we will see a pinch hitter here, Cole Douglas, coming in and asked to bunt. As the pitch inside again. Now you're taught to try to maybe jam him inside, but a little too much inside for Adam DeBoer, not allowing him to even offer at it. 2-1. If they're going to give you an out, take it.
Absolutely. Just throw it right down the middle, and for Douglas hitting .214, even if he does try to get sneaky and swing away, I mean, the average speaks for itself.
And DeBoer comes set, checks the runner, and low and in the dirt, 3-1. This really is a tough situation now. Got to throw one over. Guy's trying to give himself up. He's in there to give himself up, and you really need to let him do that. But now 3-1, maybe a take sign right here on for Cole Douglas. He's a Casper guy, playing college ball in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. 3-1 pitch on the way. Taking all the way, strike 2. Now an interesting decision here. Do you turn Cody Clausius loose at first base? He is not one of their stolen base guys. 3-2 pitch on the way, inside, hit him. First and second, nobody out, and the top of the order coming up, and Casper trailing 5-4, but look out. So Clausius and Douglas have both reached. And now we are going to see another pinch hitter. Chase Burke will bat for Elijah Reeves. How about that?
Surprising.
So there is right-handed action for the Sodbusters as Danny Weiser. Oh, man. What a first 2 games Danny Weiser has had to manage. Yesterday's wacky, wild, back-and-forth 7-6 game, and this one maybe even goofier, with Hastings being out-hit, in a lot of ways outplayed, but Hastings with the lead, but trying to hang on for dear life against a Casper squad which has all kinds of offense, and they're 1, 2, and 3 hitters coming up, and 2 on, nobody out.
Chase Burke, a guy who will be the pinch hitter. He started last night's game, but struggled, went 0 for 4 with a walk. But, you know, he'll be chomping at the bit to try and tie this game up. And for Danny Weiser, a guy who knows this ballpark and mound very well for Hastings College, is going to be the guy that knows the magic words to speak to his pitcher, and hopefully whatever those are gets something soft off the bat of Chase Burke here.
And even after yesterday's 0 for 4 performance against Hastings, this year Chase Burke is 5 for 15 against the Sodbusters, and he's a returning player from last year, hitting .289 this season, but batting for Elijah Reeves, guy who's lifted with a .429 batting average. You've got depth when you can pinch hit for that guy, as DeBoer brings home the pitch. Low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. A big moment in the game. Single for Clausius just over the glove of Ray to begin the inning, and then a 3-2 hit batsman for their pinch hitter, and now another pinch hitter here in the person of Burke. Kind of wondered if he was going to be up there bunting, but I wouldn't have taken Reeves out if I was going to do that. 1-0 delivery on the way. It is over but low. 2-0 the count now on Burke. Sodbusters trying to find a way to close things out, 6 outs away from ending Casper's 19-game winning streak, but you knew it wasn't going to be easy. All the weapons up and down for this Casper team. Adam DeBoer, a check of the runners, and the 2-0 delivery. Line drive, right side, fair ball, base hit. A run will score, maybe two. Throw will come in. It is going to be not in time and cut off. It's a two-run triple for Chase Burke. And Casper not only ties, but takes the lead here in the 8th inning as pinch hitter Chase Burke triples to the right field corner to give his team the advantage.
Breaking ball, that one just right at the top of the zone in pretty much every hitter's wheelhouse, and definitely not expecting Burke to go down the right field line, giving him the triple and the Spuds the lead.
Second triple of the year, and they're not done yet with no one out as Wesley Flatt comes to the plate. Sodbusters play the infield in and another hit batsman. As DeBoer has now hit two, he's given up 2 hits. And Casper will have runners at the corners as Flatt is aboard for the second time today. And there's going to be a pitching change made. So the wheels come off a little bit here in the top half of the 8th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters now trail at 6-5. We'll tell you about the new arm when we come back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
After a 1-2 inning for Adam DeBoer in the 7th, he cannot retire a man here in the 8th. Single hit batsman, triple hit batsman, and so he gives way to Max Coughlin, Northeast Community College product out of Omaha West Side. He has been out with some family deal here in the recent weeks, so he is making just his second appearance. No ERA. In 2/3 of an inning, no runs, no hits. He has walked 3, hasn't struck out anybody, and he is in here in a mess with runners at the corners. No one out and already 2 runs home as the Sodbusters have given up the lead here in the 8th. It was the 8th inning that proved to be the undoing last night, and certainly looking like that's the case today. Ryan Valenta, what a tough go after the Sodbusters had kind of things bouncing their way. We're kind of hanging on and surviving, but Casper comes to the forefront here in the 8th inning.
Well, this is pretty much exactly what happened last night, too, just with a little bit of delay in between it. When the Sodbusters took the lead in the 4th inning, tonight they had the one-run response, still had the lead, but just like last night when Casper lost the lead, they immediately took it right back. Just took them a little bit longer, and there's a reason. They've only lost 4 games this year. This team's going to come back. It's going to face adversity and make you pay for any little mistakes you had. Unfortunately, an off night for Adam DeBoer, and going to have to go to an arm that they haven't used in over a month. Coughlin's last appearance was actually against Casper on June the 5th. 2/3 of an innings pitch. Did not give up any hits or runs or strikeouts, but walked 3 through 2 wild pitches, but got out of his outing with no damage done. So Coughlin will try and just keep this a manageable game. I mean, that's all you can do at this point. You've got at least 2 at-bats left if you're the Sodbusters and have 6 outs to work with and against a Spud bullpen that used a lot of arms last night. So you like your chances there. You just have to put up no more runs here this inning.
Runners at the corners, and at this point, you still almost concede the run at third the way it looks. The Sodbusters will play their middle infield back, so they're hoping for a double play ball. If it's hit to them, they'll try to get 4-6-3 or 6-4-3, and I'm a little surprised the corner infielders are back as well, particularly at third base, so they basically going to concede that run at third at this point, down 6-5. Trying to get a couple of outs here. Runner goes immediately. Throw down to second base and out! So they try the stolen base. Chase Burke, who has tremendous wheels. Yamato Sato, have a day. Great tag applied by Luke Ray, and there is a huge first out here in the inning. And guess who's coming out to argue the call?
And field umpire T. Smith just kind of turned around and kind of just said, oh my goodness, here we go again. Obviously not going to change the call. He's going to explain the call that he saw, but these two guys, they're not friends right now. They've had a lot of calls that they have seemingly gone against their way, and head coach James Batten making the umpires getting their steps in by converging and talking about the call.
Wesley Flatt got caught stealing. Wesley Flatt, who was 18 for 20 in stolen bases. They all look so fast out there. Burke's at third after tripling, but it was Wesley Flatt caught stealing there, 2-4 on that. So caught for just the third time in 21 tries, and really surprised with Burke's speed at third that he didn't break for home, but yes. He never even hinted at trying to steal the run there. And so the Sodbusters get a big out there, and a great throw from Sato and a quick delivery from Coughlin to help his catcher out. Bouncing ball to the third baseman. They're going to come home, and the throw is not going to be in time. A little bit of a high throw. Burke can really wheel it down the line, so they do get the run. Fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Dylan Schlotterbeck. That's the right call, and an RBI fielder's choice there. And Chase Burke gives them a big insurance run to make the score 7-5. So a runner at first and one out.
Absolutely the right play on both sides. With your blazing speed, you want to try and test the arm of the infielder. And Ronkin made the throw just a little high. If it was placed down a little bit lower, the Sodbusters get the out there.
So Josh Phillips trying to keep it going for this Casper squad. Still only one man out, a runner at first. And you may see another stolen base attempt here as they are getting the run game going a little bit, as you've got Schlotterbeck over there. He's 17 for 17 in stolen bases. And the pitch comes in, off speed, swung on and missed from Josh Phillips. 3 have scored in the inning to turn this game around. Sodbusters led 5-4, and now it's Casper with the 2-run edge and looking for more. Pitch a little bit low. Sato's been a rock behind home plate, too, keeping everything in front. Very solid backstop. Really just weren't sure what his role was going to be with other potential catchers on this roster, but he's pretty much been the every other day catcher most of this summer now. And takes this pitch for a ball. 2-1 the count. Like I said, that was a monster caught stealing at the time, apparently, although Casper has gotten an additional run. That's the only out of the inning. Coughlin throws over to first, trying to keep Schlotterbeck close. 2 in the second for the Spuds, 1 in the third, and 3 runs here in the eighth. Sodbusters putting their runs up in the third and fourth, and it's been pretty dominant pitching out of the bullpen for Casper that's allowed them to come back and potentially win for the 20th straight time. An amazing stat in any baseball level if you can put 20 wins in a row together. On the verge of going 30-4 for the summer season. 3-1 the count. Coughlin, ball 4. So first and second, and still only one man out. Casper not thinking they're done yet, as the dangerous Kenny Jackson will come to the plate. Strikeouts, an infield single, fielder's choice grounder, and a ground out for Kenny Jackson for the Casper Spuds. Jackson 1 for 4 as he stands in the left-handed box. Coughlin out of the stretch. Runners go. Pitch taken inside. Throw down to third is not going to be in time. High throw. Ronkin went up to grab it, could not make the tag. And that vaunted run game, which has been so quiet for most of the first 2 days, certainly coming into play here in the eighth.
Just such a weird time to break it out. It's working for the Spuds. And they've got a chance to blow this baby open.
2-run lead and still only one man out. Now the Sodbusters have to bring their infield in, although the middle infielders are still a little ways out. They've come halfway. Off-speed pitch misses, 2-0 the count. And when you're a team that knows how to win. You just kind of sense the blood in the water. In this inning, they've just found a way, and it really feels like they are on the verge of putting the knockout blow with Kenny Jackson and Matt Marsick trying to do the honors here in this 8th inning, which has already seen 3 runs scored so far. The pitch. Hard hit ball. Borgman leaps up, grabs it for the second out. One of the hardest hit balls of the day off the bat of Kenny Jackson, and that's why we like seeing Jack Borgman at first base. Oh, my goodness.
My, oh, my. Get up, Borgie. That one, I mean, Jackson strolling back to the dugout, he can't believe that was caught. You cannot hit it any harder than that. It's just so fortunate that it was right at the defense.
Maybe a double, maybe a triple. With that kind of velocity, does your right fielder even get there? 2 outs in the inning. Hard hit ball again down the first base line. Borgman stops it, but foul. Unfortunate, the Sodbusters were going to get a 3rd out there. It's another good play, even in foul territory for Jack Borgman. Matt Marsick trying to add 2 big insurance runs. Casper's been dynamite with 2 outs. Their first 3 runs scored all came with RBI singles from their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Marsick chipped in a 1-out ground out for their 4th run batted in back in the 5th. Stands in the left-handed box, one of the returning players. A lot of guys coming back, and that's one of the reasons that they're pretty good. Good chemistry, and their quality players all coming back from a team that won the second half standings and advanced on to the championship series, but lost to Fremont 3-2. Went 34-25 last year, and how many wins are they going to have before the month of July is over? With just 4 losses this season. Marsick stands in. Coughlin trying to get out of this with no more damage done. Called strike 3. Marsick can't get the bat off his shoulder as he looks back at the home plate umpire, but there's been high strikes called most of the night. Sodbusters trail by 2. 6 outs with which to work as we head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 Spuds, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hastings Sodbusters have some work to do, still very much a part of the game, down by 2, and that was a huge 3rd out recorded there by the Sodbuster reliever, Max Coughlin. Comes in and does what he can to minimize the damage, as if Marsick comes through and gets the 2 runs home there, you think it looks really bleak, but Brian Valenta, 2 runs certainly manageable here with 6 outs to work.
Saw the Sodbusters come back multiple times last night and almost come back in the final inning of play, just 1 batter short, and that's what Danny Weiser's been telling us all season, just kind of 1 pitch, 1 batter, 1 play away from just really clicking as a team. They have clicked here tonight, getting those couple of big innings. It's just been they're facing a team that's clicked just a bit more.
And Hastings do. They had the 3rd and 4th innings, and since that time, just the 1 hit, and even that was disputed. Jack Borgman's infield single on a bang-bang play back in the 6th. Sodbusters went down in order in the 7th as they try to find the measure of the right-hander Levi Graham. This bullpen has been amazing for Casper today, as Graham's worked 2 innings so far as the pitch is fouled away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike for the Hastings Sodbusters as they have Taylor Gill at the plate. Gill 0 for 2. He did walk back in the 3rd, has also struck out and flew out guy that really turned it around on the mound was Armani Knipper, who just kind of put the Sodbuster offense on hold. And then we've seen Graham come in, and he hasn't been quite as dominant, but has certainly done the job. Those two guys have combined to strike out 7. Knipper with 4 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work. 2-1 count. Pitch inside, and it gets a piece of the catcher. Bounces away. For a moment, I thought it got the back foot of Taylor Gill, but he danced out of the way of that one, and 3-1 the count on Gill. Playing Division I ball at the University of Ohio after he played at Northeast Community College. He's a marketing major. 3-1 pitch on the way. Hits it pretty hard, but right out the center fielder, Chase Burke, out there now and makes the play. As you had Elijah Reeves exit the contest. Those are both really good outfielders. And Taylor Gill is out on a fly out to center. That'll bring to the plate Bryce Ronkin. Ronkin looking to get it going today. A couple of strikeouts and a flyout. 0 for 3 for the number 4 hitter in the Sodbuster lineup. If Hastings can get a rally going in the next 2 innings, keep in mind Cale Jensen not in the lineup, a guy who's been swinging it really well. Do you try to find a spot for him to pinch hit somewhere in these final 2 frames?
Remember Drew Vega as well. He's a singles machine as well. Doesn't have the power of Cale Jensen, but just as good when you need to keep the line moving.
Line drive right side, but foul. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Ronkin for the Hastings Sodbusters, as Casper turning the game around, much like they did yesterday with a 3-run 8th inning, coming back to win yesterday's contest 7-6. 7-6 has not been a fun score, as the pitch fouled away. As Sodbusters lost a 7-6 game back on June 5th. Now that game, it was Hastings that feels like they really should have won that game. They out-hit them 9-4. Lost 7-6. That day, Sodbuster pitchers walked 12. Pitch just misses outside. Bryce Ronkin will get another opportunity here as he tries to battle and get aboard. 1 out, nobody on. The Hastings Sodbusters down 7-5. The pitch. Low for a ball. Ronkin working the count here, just get base runners and see what happens. Some magic back in that 3rd inning, a 2-out hit batsman, and then single, triple, walk, double steal, plated 3 runs. Sodbusters would add 2 more in the 4th. Called strike 3 on the outside corner as Ronkin goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today. There are 2 outs for Josh Printer. It's a frustrating day for Ronkin. Printer had the big hit to begin the 4th inning as he had a 2-strike count on him. Battled it away for a single. Sodbusters would get 3 straight singles to end the day for the starting pitcher Hamilton Moy and get it down to the bottom of the order with a wild pitch and an RBI ground out. Strike 1 to Josh Printer. 1 for 3 on the day for Josh. Batting .257 coming in. 6 for 18 in the homestand coming into today's contest. And takes the pitch upstairs as Josh Printer trying to get aboard here and keep this inning going. Casper trying to put a 1-2-3 inning together after they just scored 3. Bounced in the left-handed batter's box there, so Printer has the count his way. 2 outs and nobody on. Josh Printer likely ending his baseball playing career this summer, so trying to enjoy every moment and just having a good time. Off-speed pitch right across for strike 2. Likely headed to the coaching ranks after finishing up his degree at Houston Christian. 2-2 pitch on the way. Low for ball 3, and so Printer just trying to find a way to get aboard. Get a base runner and see if you could put a little bit of pressure on this Casper squad. They have been so good in so many areas. Coming back to win games when they do fall behind and trying for their 2nd straight come from behind victory. And it's a 2-out walk to Printer, so the Sodbusters will keep it going for at least one more batter, and Yamato Sato will get an at-bat. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored for the Sodbusters.
Sodbusters getting guys on, just too many times it's with 1 out or more times with 2 outs. Just not giving them enough space to work with and get the guys over.
They've also been the victim of some very empty innings. They have gone down in order 4 times in the contest. Yamato Sato taking ball 1. The first, the second, the fifth, and the seventh. 1, 2, 3. And give credit to the Casper pitchers for putting up those zeros. Throw over to first. Brenner not going anywhere at this point. Down by 2. Yamato Sato certainly has the capability of double or triple. He's shown that this year. Like to steal yourself a run here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Down by 2. It's 7-5. Casper plating 3 runs. Single for the number 8 hitter. And then the real painful at bat to me in that 8th was hitting the number 9 pinch hitter who was trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Pitch taken on the far outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count on Sato. But had a pinch hitter up there batting .214, and the Sodbusters could not get it over to prompt the sacrifice bunt. So that put 2 on, nobody outs. Then pinch hitter Chase Burke had a 2-run triple, another hit batsman, and they would get a fielder's choice grounder to get a big insurance run to go up 7-5. If you give up the sacrifice, 1 on, 1 out, take your chances. 2-1 delivery. Way outside. It's back to the screen. Josh Printer now will be in scoring position. Now a big opportunity for Sato. Any single to the outfield, and the Sodbusters likely get a run on the board. Hastings trying to find a way as Graham looking to end this inning. Issued his first walk after 4 strikeouts, and overall the Casper pitchers have done a good job. 10 Ks and just 2 walks today. They've also hit a man. 3-1 the count here. So Sato can be selective. Look for something to drive in this situation. Check of the runner. The pitch. Hard hit ball, right side. The right fielder falls down, but it's going to go to the center fielder, Burke, who brings it in. And that will do it for the Hastings Sodbusters. Yeah, Kenny Jackson took a fall as he tried to take a step to his right. You were hoping that was going to slice his way, but Chase Burke, no problems, and nothing happening for the Sodbusters in the 8th. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. We head to the 9th. Casper leads it 7-5. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Casper looking for more as we head to the 9th inning. It's 7-5, and they'll face a new right-hander as Dino Morales will come in. He's got no record, but he does have 3 saves, an ERA of 5.4, making his 5th appearance in 8 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 8 hits, 10 strikeouts, and just 2 walks for Dino Morales. He was one of the guys who was ill yesterday, and man, would you have liked to have Dino Morales available in a late inning situation? But Sodbusters really handicapped and handcuffed with maybe the options out of the bullpen yesterday, and for the Sodbusters to hang in there and play into a 1-run game. Really a pretty good job of managing the contest, and just right now not all the bullets in the gun for the Sodbusters in terms of who they have available.
I mean, like you said, Dino would have been the guy to go to last night as a normal guy. out of the bullpen. Also plays a main third base. Just want to see Dino get some pitching time for York University in the spring. He has proved his worth, but best he can do is put up a 0 and give the guys a chance in the ninth.
To see what happens here is Dino Morales. He said he wouldn't have minded pitching, but just too valuable in the field and at the plate. Spring, which he hit .374, and they wanted him to concentrate on that aspect of it as we see Dawson Barricani take strike one to open the ninth inning. Had an RBI single back in the third inning for the Casper Spuds. Swings and misses. Morales blows it right by him. Quickly 2 strikes on Barricani. 1 for 4 for Dawson Barricani and the Casper Spuds, seeking their 20th straight win, looking to go to 11-0 in second half standings. And that pitch just misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dawson Barricani. 2 more games against the Spuds, 6:35 both nights, and then both teams will get on their respective buses and head to Casper to play 3. Pitch high for ball 2, 2-2 the count on Barricani. Dino Morales mentioned such a great third baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters. Certainly the best arm you've got over there at third, and maybe the best glove too. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good job for Dino. Bounce back after a couple that missed the zone. He gets the strikeout of Barricani. You say 7, 8, 9 coming up for Casper, but it really doesn't matter where you are in their lineup.
That has been the key for this team tonight. That second inning where they open the scoring in the second. Hits by 8 and 9 hitters. Barricani, after 4 he struck out, and past that bat had an RBI single. Just way too many hits for the last 3 guys for the Spuds. Makes them such a good team.
D.H. Clausius drills this one to right field, but the Sodbusters play it well as getting over there Kyle Hiltbrandt. 2 quick outs, and that will bring to the plate the guy who had the key at bat. Okay, you can talk about the 2-run triple, but before the 2-run triple, this guy came to the plate, Cole Douglas, and he was up there trying to bunt, and the Sodbusters could not bring a strike over. It got to a 3-2 count, and he was hit by the pitch, and he would come around to score what is the go-ahead run for Casper. They added an insurance run and lead it 7-5. Pitch taken upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes on Douglas. Guy who hasn't got as much playing time as some of the other players. 214, 5 runs batted in, 4 runs scored. Pitch is taken outside. 2-0 the count now on Douglas. Trying for a 1-2-3 inning here in the ninth and give the offense a chance. Sodbusters have their 7, 8, and 9 scheduled. It'll be interesting to see if they do go to the bench in those spots in the batting order, or if they let the guys bat. Got some options off the bench if you want to. As the pitch taken for a strike, 2-1 the count. About 87 to 88 miles an hour for Dino Morales for the Hastings Sodbusters. Fister into, a pretty well hit ball into center field. I thought it looked like it came off the fist, and Delgado had to go back to get it. A little bit of power shown by Douglas there, but it turns into an out. And last chance for the Sodbusters. They trail it 7-5, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
We'll bring you Sodbuster Baseball 7-5 the score. Casper is going to go to Josh Phillips, who closed out yesterday's game to come in here in the ninth. He picked up the only save of the year for the Casper Spuds. They've won 29 games, and they have one save. That's pretty dominant when you don't even have to go to guys in the 8th and 9th innings to lock down wins, but they're trying for back-to-back saves and back-to-back days from the same dude, Josh Phillips, who comes in 1-0 with a 1.12 ERA, making his 9th appearance, 8 innings pitched, 3 runs, just 1 earned, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. The 1 run earned allowed this year came yesterday. So weird stats this game, and the Sodbusters trying to find a way to get 2, maybe 3. And Sodbusters had a great chance to get multi-runs yesterday, but 1. And it's going to be Jack Borgman to try to start things off for this Sodbuster team.
For what it looks like so far, just as least as we can tell from warm-ups, mentioned the possibility of maybe seeing a pinch hit bat for the final 3 batters, the final 3 outs. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. The usual 3 scheduled hitters warming up.
So Phillips goes to the pitcher's mound. The guy who was the DH, Cody Clausius, is into the game at first. I mentioned Cole Douglas. He is doing the catching now for the 2nd straight inning for this Casper Spud squad. So Hastings battling from behind early, down 3 runs, took a 5-3 lead, but a 3-run 8th inning. The difference in this one is Casper on the verge of winning for the 2nd straight day against Hastings, with 2 more games to come here and then 3 more in Casper. Pitch taken low. Jack Borgman. 1 ball and no strikes. A multi-hit game for Jack, even though he hasn't got it out of the infield yet. A pair of infield singles. This one bounced back up the middle. How about a 3-hit day for Jack Borgman? And that's a good start for the number 7 hitter, and Luke Ray will come to the plate.
And it left the infield. Borgman had his 2 hits that didn't leave the infield. That one's solid right up the middle. And Sodbusters having some life here. And this team just does not quit. They can be down to their last strike, but they've getting base runners. They get guys putting up good counts. And it's just always a fight. They're never out of it.
Going to have a pinch runner here for Jack Borgman. And if I'm Jack Borgman, I would say, what do you want from me? I've beaten out 2 infield singles already. Don't run for me. But it looks like Jack is going to be ran for at first base, as Jack had the bunt single when he was trying to lay down to sacrifice, and then just flat beat out the infield single, and it is going to be a guy who's got more speed, Drew Vega. He is the stolen base leader for the Hastings Sodbusters. And coming into this game, 17 out of 21. Probably not a stolen base situation, down by 2. It'll be interesting to see how they play it here with head coach Danny Weiser over at the third base box. Corey Caranda coaching at first. Sodbusters down by 2. That's why the 3-run inning was so big. Quick throw over. Vega not going anywhere at this point, and Luke Ray is at the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters.
I think that no stolen base probability is very high. Cole Douglas has thrown out more runners than he's allowed to steal this year. 9 caught stealings.
Ooh. And popped up on the bunt. It is going to fall. It is going to roll, and everybody's going to be safe. Sodbusters catch a huge break. It went straight up into the air, fell on the turf about 10 feet away. When Douglas didn't get it, he overran it, and it stopped before it reached the foul line. So 2 on, nobody out, and now we get a look at Cale Jensen in a big spot, but first a visit to the mound. Well, you'll take a little luck, won't you?
No way. I mean, everything, it seems like the Casper Spuds defense is impenetrable, and Douglas looked like he had a good beat on it. I was ready for him to make just a ho-hum lazy diving catch and then maybe double off the runner at first, but not the case. And absolutely bring in Cale Jensen here, guy who has been swinging a ridiculous hot bat.
Cale Jensen for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's batting .286 on the year, but that doesn't tell the story. He was a shade over 100 a few weeks ago. Cale Jensen did not panic, just got the swing going. He said he was getting himself out early in the year. During this homestand, a cool .562, 9 out of 16. Had a multi-hit game against the Plainsmen, 3 for 3. Had a multi-hit game in the third game against Spearfish, 2 for 4. Yesterday, 2 for 3, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. Just keep the line moving, Kale. See what happens. 2 outs, 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. And after the visit to the mound, Phillips back atop the hill. Brings home the pitch to Jensen. Down low, good stop for Douglas. 1-0 the counts. Hastings trying to find some ninth inning magic against the best team in the Independence League. Phillips, who closed it out yesterday, albeit not a clean inning, so the Sodbusters probably come into this thinking, hey, we can hit him.
But too much space to give him the opportunity to get a hit there.
Now it's Alexiel Delgado. He's wanting to bunt, pops it back our way. Fortunately, unplayable. And no balls and a strike on Alexiel Delgado. Single, stolen base, a run scored back in the third. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Alexiel hitting under 200 for the year, but leads the team in doubles. One of the top RBI guys. If he finds a way for a double here, Hastings could win it. First and second, nobody out. Sodbusters trail at 7-6, bottom of the ninth. Corner infielders are in. Delgado watches this one go by. It's a wild pitch. Runners at second and third. No chance for Douglas to get that one as Phillips, the wildest of wild pitches. And there are second and third. And a 1-1 count on Delgado. Now what do you do?
Well, you don't need the bunt now. The Spuds just gave you the bunt there and didn't even get anybody out. Delgado, take a deep breath. I mean, this place is about to burst right now. Focus in and don't try to do too much with it.
Sodbusters trying to find a way. The infield is in. Delgado drills this one to center field. Burke on his horse makes the play, but the tying run will come home from third, and it's a new ball game. 7-7. Alexiel Delgado, his 17th run batted in, has tied the ball game in the bottom half of the ninth. And the Sodbusters have the winning run at second with only 1 out and the 2 and 3 hitters coming up.
Just about to say, right guys coming up at the right time, and Sodbusters, if there was a hot and cold dial right now for the momentum, it is off the charts hot.
Ryan Jarvis, who already has a 2-run triple to his credit, steps in. First pitch swinging, had a really good hack at it. It's back to the screen for strike 1. 1 for 4, but that one hit was perhaps the biggest hit of the game before this inning, as Jarvis had the 2-run triple that really got the offense going. The Sodbusters would score 5 in a row to take a 5-3 lead before seeing that ripped away in the 8th with 3 runs by the Casper Spuds. 0-1 delivery. Jarvis watches it go by for ball 1. 1-1 the count.
What a take. I mean, if you're Jarvis right now, you know you have the chance to be a hero. Your blood is probably pumping a million beats per minute. Just able to check the swing there and know he wants to swing so badly.
Cale Jensen had an RBI single. He's at second now, representing the winning run. It's 7-7 in the bottom of the ninth. A pick play back to second, but Jensen all on top of that. Phillips does not throw that way. The pitch. Jarvis, another good swing, fouls it down the third base line by his head coach, Danny Weiser. And now he'll have to maybe shorten that swing a little bit, 1-2. Phillips looking for an out any way he can get it and trying to keep that winning run at second base. Only 1 save this year for Casper. How many pressure situations have they even been in the bottom of the ninth with a 29-4 record? Phillips able to finish the deal yesterday. Unable to finish it here in the ninth, now just trying to get it to extras. 1-2 pitch. Low, it's back to the screen, and down to third goes Jensen. Finally retrieved by the catcher. That bounced all the way up in the netting. If that ball goes out of play, would that have been a weird, wacky way? Would it just been an advancement of 1 base?
Just 1 base.
Okay.
Yep, if you throw, it's just from the time
where
the
you
pitcher
were.
releases the baseball,
Okay.
just 1 base, but... Hey, if they do that again, that's the second wild pitch for Phillips in the inning, and he's still ahead in the count, but, man, you just don't know what's going to happen next pitch.
It also forces the infield to come back in. And Jarvis does a good job just getting a piece of it and fouling it away. So Jarvis turns into about a 50-point better hitter now with that infield in. Any hard shot, and it's going to be hard for a Casper guy to knock it down. And the Sodbusters will win it right here. 2-2, 1 out. The pitch. Called strike 3 as Jarvis could not pull the trigger, and that was a really good pitch for Josh Phillips. And it'll be up to Taylor Gill here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, it looks like Jarvis was looking for something different there. He was yelling not nice words to himself there, knowing that he should have swung at that pitch.
Gill is due 0 for 3 on the day. Taylor Gill trying to be your hero, or like I said, I'd like to see one back to the backstop again. Pitch right there for strike 1, no balls and a strike. Phillips trying to overcome the disappointment of not getting his second save in as many days and trying to get this one to the 10th in what has been an unusual game to say the least. The Sodbusters rallying late to get it tied at 7. 0-1 pitch, strike 2. And Gill didn't think so as he shakes his head back and forth. We've seen low strikes, we've seen high strikes a little bit today. And have to protect here now, 0-2. Jensen representing the winning run at third base. Sodbusters and the Casper Spuds are knotted at 7. 0-2 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball up the middle. The second baseman's got it. Sets, throws to first in time. How about extra innings as Wesley Flatt takes care of Taylor Gill. Sodbusters get 2 and leave the winning run at third. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 man left. Bonus baseball coming up 7-7. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Fun baseball here at Duncan Field, and it's extra frames on a Tuesday night as we turn things over to Ryan Valenta in a 7-7 contest, Hastings and Casper.
Well, we're going to be sprinting to the finish now. Sodbusters had the finish line in sight and tripped over the last pebble across the finish line to complete the improbable comeback win, but still a chance to do so. Dino Morales set down the Spuds 1-2-3 in the 9th inning, and Casper will get the runner at second base with nobody out per extra innings rules, and it will be it's like a pinch runner for Casper. This is Jackson Bates going to be the runner at second base. He's only appeared in 3 games for the Spuds this season, but he is going to be the guy that represents the go-ahead run with nobody out in the top of the order due up for Casper. Chase Burke, Wesley Flatt, Dylan Schlotterbeck, the scheduled hitters due up. Credit the Sodbusters for putting a fight into this one. Down by 2 runs, facing a guy who recorded a save against you last night. Broke through again. Chase Burke, showing bunts, now pulls it back. It's ball 1 up high, and Dino signals out to Yamato to come out and discuss something. And that conversation over pretty much just as quick as it started. The Spuds will bat the top of the lineup for the 6th time tonight. Chase Burke came on in a pinch hit appearance, his last at-bats for Elijah Reeves, what we thought was a surprising development, but it was the right move. His 2-run triple gave the Spuds the lead. in the 8th inning, he ended up coming around to score himself. The 1-0 pitch, right across, strike one. So Dino has to go multiple innings now and just did not see this one coming, probably either side. And this is two teams that after this one have 5 more games against each other. So we're going to see everybody on the roster a lot and often. Dino has to make some adjustments to the uniform. Will be a 1-1 pitch when we come back. 7 runs apiece and 9 hits apiece for both sides. An error-free baseball tonight. Dino takes a look at Bates at second. Now a bunt shown, but it's a ball. It's 2-1. And with Burke's speed, could they definitely argue for the bunt play here. If he gets it down, he's a fast guy, and obviously Bates has some speed if they're going to put him in as the game-tying run in extra innings. 2-1 from Dino. Bunt shown and yanked it. Dino falling behind 3-1, and Sodbusters again. They're giving, well, I want to say they're necessarily giving you the bunt this time. Burke's pulled it back a couple of times before the pitch has been thrown. Perhaps just a bluff by Burke. But Dino in danger of walking him. He steps off and asks Yamato to go through the signs again. Tie ball game, runs coming late for both sides. 3 runs for the Spuds in the 8th inning to take a 2-run lead, and then the Busters tying it up with 2 runs in the 9th. Sent 6 men to the plate, scoring 2 of them.
Defensive changes. Cale Jensen stays in the game and plays first base, and Drew Vega, to my knowledge, first game out in the outfield as he's playing right with Luke Ray staying at second base.
Might have been a game where Drew was out in left field earlier in the season, but definitely spent his good chunk of playing time at second base this season. Still ahead in the count is Burke, 3-1, and he's on with ball 4. Now 2 speedy guys on base for Casper, and again, the Sodbusters have the same chance in the bottom of the inning, so obviously best case scenario, you don't allow any runs, but you would also like to, maybe if you have to allow 1 run, you have a pretty good chance of doing the same thing. Third base coach Will Hyanaconi talks with the next batter, Wesley Flatt. Kind of interesting, both assistant coaches coach the bases here in Casper. Head coach James Batten does not coach on the bases. Flatt showing bunts, pulls it back and swings away, hits it on the ground to the shortstop. Printer will go to first. It is dropped by Jensen at first base. Jensen had it in his glove and also looked like he was trying to replant his foot on the base. And that is going to load the bases with nobody out. Big trouble for the Busters.
Yeah, the throw is a little bit offline, and Jensen not as big a target over there as Jack Borgman, and he just tried to do both and couldn't do either. And the first error of the game opens the door for a bases-loaded, no-out situation for Casper.
They charged the error to Jensen, fresh into the game. Had a big hit on offense, but cost the Sodbusters an out here in the 10th inning. Strike 1 is across to Dylan Schlotterback. Schlotterback hitless today, but he's reached base 4 times. He smokes one, and that is into left field and gets past all outfielders. 2 runs, 3 runs will come home as the bases will be emptied. Schlotterback on his way to third, and he's in standing up. It's a 3-run triple for the Spuds, and they've got a 10-7 lead.
You open the door, and a team like Casper is going to drive right through it, and they have so much speed up and down the lineup. I mean, even the last guy, Wesley Flatt, hit the ground ball. Printer kind of had to rush it a little bit to make sure he could make the play, and Schlotterbeck can fly as well, and those three ahead of him were just seemingly at home plate almost before the ball got down.
Dino went with the breaking ball there, and that was right at the top of the zone, and Danny Weiser will visit out with the mound. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen, and figured maybe with this not being a high leverage situation in anymore, you don't want to wave the white flag just yet, but down 3 runs, still nobody out. Maybe you want to save Dino for the next day or two. Fred Juden's actually going to get up in the bullpen, but damage done for the moment. 3 runs across on an RBI triple from Dylan Schlotterbeck, and the Spuds are this close to pounding that nail all the way in the coffin. Schlotterbeck with 3 RBIs for his 4th runs batted in today. It's a 1-1 pitch to Josh Phillips. Dino pumps in a couple of fastballs. Phillips has 1 hit, but he's also been walked 3 times. There goes the bat. 2nd time tonight that the lumber has gone flying, and Phillips almost takes out his first base coach, C.J. Jones, down there. So one of these Spuds not playing tonight will run it down and get Phillips some extra pine tar on the lumber. Once again, Sodbusters still have a chance in the bottom half of the inning, but this place has gone silent. Sodbusters with a couple of chances to win it in the bottom of the 9th. And Casper gets the lead right back. Dino's 1-2 to Josh Phillips. Just a bit low, it's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner. Phillips barks at home plate umpire Frank Williams, and he is set down for the first time tonight on strikes. There's the first out of the inning.
And I think both teams have had issues with the strike zone, but I think it's been fair both ways. Just one of those deals. Now you just try to find a way to get 2 more outs and hope for a lot of offense in the bottom of the 10th.
Outside corner and beyond has been pretty much consistently called. Kenny Jackson swings first pitch, hits it in the air to right field. It's over the head of Drew Vega, and that's going to roll forever off the wall. Jackson's got 2 at least. He wants 3. The relay in will not be in time. Jackson's in with a headfirst dive. Another triple for the Spuds as Jackson drives home another run. It's a 4-run inning for the Spuds.
The 2-run triple in the 8th as part of that 3-run inning. A 3-run triple this inning, and now an RBI triple for Kenny Jackson. This Casper Spuds team, we talked about the number of home runs they have. They have been a triple machine as well this season. They've got a lot of power.
Coming into the game with 12 triples, and they've hit 3 tonight. First pitch swinging and a foul ball for Matt Marsick. And Marsick coming to the plate. He comes up after 5 have reached before him. He puts a loud sound into one. This will be plenty deep enough to score the run. Vega makes the catch and won't even attempt to throw home. It's an RBI sac fly for Matt Marsick. It's a 5 spot for the Spuds. They lead it now 12-7.
Yeah, you hate to wonder what might have been, but you wonder what might have been. Sodbusters had that winning run at third, less than 2 outs, could not get it done in the bottom of the 9th. A guy who has been clutch, that's baseball, you know. I mean, you're going to come through sometimes, you're not going to come through at others, and Sodbusters got the 2, didn't get the 3, and now it's looking really bleak.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Strike 1 to Dawson Barakani. Barakani singled home a run in the 3rd inning, but has been retired his other 4 times. He's 1 for 5 today. 0-1, fouled back. Sodbusters a strike away from ending this nightmare of an inning.
It's going to be a weird game. I mean, this Casper team averaging 10 runs a game, but you didn't feel like they were going to score 10, getting 5 here in the 10th to get to double digits.
0-2, spiked and taken for ball 1. This is a team that has met the Spuds punch for punch so far this series, but the Spuds delivering the potential knockout blow here in the 10th. See if the Sodbusters can get up before the 10-second bell sounds. And they will have a lot of work to do in the bottom of the 10th inning. Question is, who do the Spuds go to after Josh Phillips blew the save in the 9th inning? Does he have another inning in him? Spuds used 7 pitchers last night. There's a single into center field for Baracani, who has got a multi-hit game with 2 hits. And the line keeps moving. Spuds will have another batter come to the plates.
Had their free runner come up, so they're technically not batting around, but they do have the 8th guy to come to the plate with that 9th guy who actually started at second base.
5 runs across, and in the inning for the Spuds, 2 triples. The big 3 RBI triple by Dylan Schlotterback to stab the Busters right in the chest. Pitch number 1 downstairs. Dino now at 32 pitches on his outing. So we won't see him tomorrow night now. Had to wonder maybe, this not being a super manageable game anymore, do you just bite the bullets and put in somebody else to save Dino for tomorrow? But still another game in the series and plenty of other opportunities. 1-1 breaking ball hit down the left field side, and Ronkin gives it a look, but it finds the outfield fence. 5 runs across. Spuds also scored 3 runs in the 8th. Sodbusters oh so close from slaying the Giants. Runners on the move, and Dino has to throw a pitch as he started his windup right as he realized that Baracani started to steal, and he misses for ball 2. Looking ahead to the Sodbusters' home half of the inning, they'll have 4, 5, and 6 due up. Too low, it's ball 3.
But they've got to think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3 to really have a decent chance.
It's all about keeping the line moving late in the ball game. That is what the Spuds have done this inning. It's a payoff pitch to Cody Clausius. 3 hits for Clausius today. Down the left field line, it is just foul. Clausius bidding for a 4-hit night, but we'll have to try again. Clausius with 3 singles and a run driven home tonight. That RBI came back in the 2nd inning. That opened the scoring up. 19 runs later, here we stand. Payoff again. Hit a mile to center field. Going way back is Delgado. Still going, and he runs it down and holds on. Clausius with a loud sound, but that will end the inning. And Casper has the 5-run advantage. See what the Sodbusters can muster up, needing 5 to keep this game going. 10th inning right after this.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Well, the Sodbusters are at the bottom of Mount Everest and looking up here. 5 runs needed to pull another miracle off. You already feel like they pulled out most of their bags of tricks in the 9th inning, getting 2 runs across on the Spud closer Josh Phillips, who gave up the game-tying run. But now he's got a 5-run cushion, and he's back out for a 2nd inning. Bryce Runkin, Josh Printer, and Yamato Sato are the first 3 due up.
How much has Phillips got left? I mean, he pitched an inning yesterday. He had to work pretty hard in that 9th inning. With this kind of margin, I'm surprised they didn't go a little deeper in their bullpen instead of bringing in the guy who's got the 1.12 ERA. But their coach has made pretty much all the right moves today, and Phillips throwing 17 pitches in the 9th. We'll see what it can do here in the 10th.
Casper used 6 pitchers yesterday in their 7-6 win against the Sodbusters, and tonight Phillips is number 4 to come out. Some arms being taxed early on in the series. Ronkin fouls it off. The free runner at second base is Taylor Gill, who made the last out of the inning. Sodbusters had the game-winning run in scoring position with nobody outs and could not get him home. Ronkin crushes one to deep center field, going way back as the center fielder. It's over his head and to the wall. 1 run will easily come in. Ronkin wants 3. He will get there standing up. Triples galore late here at Duncan Field.
The 3rd triple of the 10th inning. Unfortunately, 2 were hit by the other team.
So Ronkin, who is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, breaks through in a big way, and it's now a 12-8 ball game. And James Batten back out to visit the mound. He's looking towards the bullpen, and he's going to take his closer out. Why put him out there in the first place?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Why is he even out there?
Well, I was hoping for maybe a clean inning to get Phillips that save, but it will not happen as we're going to go to the bullpen for the 4th time tonight for Casper. Take a quick break. Be right back.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Baseball rolls on along at Duncan Field. We were so close to being done half an hour ago, but free baseball here at Duncan Field, and really no such thing as free because we're not getting paid overtime for this, but we're enjoying our Tuesday night here with a thriller of a finish. A new arm on for the Casper Spuds is Brennan Daniel. He worked last night's game, went 2/3 of an inning, faced 4 batters, retired 2 of them, allowed 1 hit. No walks, no strikeouts, no runs, did hit a batter. Has a 5.75 ERA, and Daniel was the winning pitcher last night as he came on late in the game in the 7th when the Spuds took the lead for good.
So you got two guys who've worked 2 days in a row here for this Spud squad. How taxed is their bullpen going to be heading into tomorrow? It'll be fascinating as these two teams play 7 games in a row. They're going to become very familiar with their bullpens and who's going to be able to manage the pitchers well over this week of baseball between these two teams.
And you just wonder, too, I mean, obviously there's a reason these guys have won 19 straight and 29 games. Probably guys that recover quickly and can pitch on short notice if need to. But it will definitely be interesting to see how the Spuds' arms are used, especially in the next 2 games, as they are now using their 12th pitcher of the series, their 11th pitcher of the series in the past 24 hours. Brennan Daniel, the new pitcher, Josh Printer, the man at the plate. Sodbusters still need 4 runs to tie this thing up. Nobody outs. Bryce Ronkin with a hit just a few moments ago. And he had an RBI triple. Get the Sodbusters some pulse. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Printer chases the bad ball, and he's down to his last strike, 0-2. Same time tomorrow, 6:35 start time for Game 3. If this score holds, the Spuds would look for the series win, but we're not done yet. 0-2 pitch. Printer waits on the breaking ball and puts it out of play. Josh Printer tonight has a hit. He's also reached base on a walk. He is 1 for 3. 0-2 from Daniel. Printer to the air, and it is caught on a line by the first baseman. I believe that's back to Josh Phillips. Give the kid a break. Pitched last night. He played first base all last night, and he's back over at first base and makes the catch.
The other game in the Independence League, I think, started an hour later than this one. I'm not sure, but the Spearfish has just edged the Bison 16-1.
Very close game there in Spearfish.
After 23-4 yesterday.
Stone Vocek has also come on to play the catcher position. And everybody else remains in time. And what's going on here? The home plate umpire calling in both head coaches. What on earth could this be about?
Well, I think there was some passion between the two teams as this series is worn on, but I'm not sure. Or is it guys don't argue balls and strikes on either side, maybe at this point? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that was a message that should have been had a lot earlier in the game because, but there were no strikes taken really in this inning per se.
Let's see.
Stone Vocek walked away from the scene, the new catcher. We do have a pinch hitter as well. No, excuse me. This is Yamato Sato.
Danny Weiser, I don't know if he said anything to his team, but he went and gave fist bumps to everybody at the top of the dugout. So he may have sent some message and may have sent that message that was sent by Frank Williams.
First pitch to Sato is swung on and missed. Maybe Danny slid him a Benjamin or something like that, and about to get a 5-run inning right here. Sato cranks one, but way foul.
Needed to do that in a tie ball game. It makes it a little harder in the 4-run contest.
Sato facing an 0-2 count. He is 1 for 4. He's got another hit tonight. Sato got yesterday off, but picks up where he left off. He's had a good bat as of late. Sodbusters in the middle of a 9-game homestand right now. Sato waits on the breaking ball, and Danny has to duck down out of the way at third base. Sato stays alive. Brennan Daniel, a China Spring, Texas native, another one of the Paris junior college guys. Sato fouls it right over our head, and it goes back down the protective nets, back onto the field. Runner at third, 1 out. Sato trying to stay alive. He fouls it off. Third straight foul ball for Yamato, and if nothing else, make Daniel work. Make sure there is no way we see him tomorrow. Or maybe the rest of the series. Either way, however this game finishes, what an ending, and especially what a ninth inning. Hard-fought contest for both sides. Strike three, and that is right down the middle on the breaking ball. It's the second out of the inning. Sodbusters down to their last outs, and Drew Vega will get his first at-bat tonight. Vega came on to pinch run for Jack Borgman in the ninth inning, so getting his first at-bat, and takes ball one downstairs. Vega led off the game yesterday and had a nice night, 2 for 5. It's been Mr. Automatic when he puts contact on the ball. He swings and misses at a breaking ball down in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying run still in the hole. But what still a pretty good handful of fans have stuck around to see the end of this one, and that one called a strike. Soundbusters down to their last strike. Right on the corner of the zone according to our flight scope. Brennan Daniel trying to lock down win number 20 in a row. And he does it. Strike 3, Vega is struck out, and the ball game is over. 12-8 your final. The Spuds explode for 5 runs in the extra inning, and the Sodbusters can only manage 1, and they lose it. Spuds with 20 in a row, their 30th win of the summer. Absolute crazy number for Casper, but they keep the magic going, and they escape what was supposed to be a Sodbuster walk-off win. A hard pill to swallow, but nonetheless, Sodbusters will have 2 more chances tomorrow and Thursday. We'll be right back with our post-game show where we'll recap it and hear from the coaching staff.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
A disappointing end to a very entertaining night of baseball. The Hastings Sodbusters come up short 12-8 in 10 innings. Final line score in this one, 12 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Casper. Hastings, 8 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. A lot of pitching numbers to go through. Really a courageous start for Braden Clark, who battled his way without his best stuff. Goes 6 innings, allows 4 runs on 7 hits, walks 4, strikes out 2, hit a couple as well. Adam DeBoer goes an inning. You had Max Coughlin come in and work an inning, and unfortunately Dino Morales 2 innings and takes the loss for the Hastings Sodbusters. Offensively for Hastings today, spread the hits out pretty well other than Jack Borgman. Really cool to see him get a 3-hit game, 2 infield singles, and then had a single there to begin the 9th inning as Hastings rallied to get a couple of runs, and then 1 for 4, an RBI, and a run score for Alexio Delgado. Ryan Jarvis, 1 for 5, had the big 2-run triple. He scored a run for Hastings, a run scored for Taylor Gill, 1 for 4 for Bryce Ronkin. He had the RBI triple there in the 10th. Josh Printer scored a run. Yamato Sato scored a run. Drew Vega scored a run as a pinch runner. You had Luke Ray, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Kyle Hilbrandt had a run scored. Cale Jensen coming on to get a big pinch hit single as the Sodbusters rallied to tie it in the 9th. at 7 apiece, but ends up losing it by a score of 12-8. For Casper, they're 12 hits, multi-hit games. They end up with Jackson a couple of hits and Barakani with 2 hits, and then their number 9 hitter, their number 8 guy, Cody Clausius, ends up with a 3-hit game, 3 for 6, an RBI, and a run scored. A lot of pitchers saw time, but it was Josh Phillips who comes in, works an inning, allows 2 runs on 4 hits, but he ends up picking up the win, even though he could not pick up the save there in the 9th. He gets a save yesterday, a win today, despite giving up 3 runs total. And in the end, Casper with a lot to celebrate as they win for the 20th straight time, the 30th time this summer. Just crazy good numbers, and a team that is on this kind of roll. They find ways to win, and give them credit, they found a way to win.
And like you said, Steve, valiant effort by everybody all around. Spuds scoring again for the first time in the 2nd and 3rd innings, go up 3-0. Sodbusters showing a lot of courage to get those 3 runs back, and even the 2 runs in the 5th to get the lead for a while. And they shut down a Spud offense in the 5th inning that scored 1 run. The Sodbusters stranded a couple of runners. Casper stranding way too many runners, and like we mentioned, just skewed stats completely. It completely favored Casper in most aspects besides the guys left on base, and really just a hard-fought game to the end.
So we've got the man, Danny Weiser, coming up. I'll tell you what, Danny, I feel your first 2 games as a head coach, you've had a heck of a lot of challenges over in that dugout. 2 wild games. Can you put this one into perspective for us a little bit?
Oh, man, I mean, heartbreaking loss, man. But once again, I couldn't be more proud of the way the boys fought all game long. Came out and put up some runs early, and then we died a little bit in the middle, but to be in a 5-7 ball game in the 9th, put up 2 and then give us a chance to win in extras, that's something I'm very proud of. And I couldn't ask for anything less. I mean, I think we were just a pitch away there in the 9th from going ahead and winning it. But nevertheless, I couldn't be happier for the effort. I think we have to be sharper on the mound for sure, limiting walks. But I'm looking forward to the next 2 days and trying to get the split at home.
Like you mentioned, the pitching, probably not the best stuff from Braden Cork today. DeBoer had a little bit of an off day, but still found a way. I mean, you led for most of the game. Courageous effort by those 2 just to even keep you in that, like you said, with too many walks.
Absolutely. And, I mean, it wasn't Cork's best at all, but, I mean, Cork, you can get 70%, and that's better than most. And, I mean, he did a great job today. And Adam, he just didn't have his one pitch today, but I think he still came in and gave us a chance. And Dino as well. I mean, Dino's been a lockdown closer all year, and I know they attacked some things against him in that 10th, but, man, I no doubt that Dino's our guy there.
You're down 3-0. You were 8 up, 8 down. Came up with that 3-run inning. Ryan Jarvis, a 2-run triple. It seemed like that kind of awoke the offense.
Yep. Hey, Jarvis had the triple, but I want to give Lex Delgado a little shout out here for just getting us started, man. Getting on base, getting the bunt down, and then Jarvis with the big swing of the bat. And that's what team offense is, and that's what team baseball is. And I think we played it well for 10 innings tonight.
Was it at all a possibility that, I mean, you sent Coughlin in there for the 8th inning, who hadn't pitched in over a month. I mean, was it a possibility at all you send Dino to get the last 6 outs, or just what was the decision to put Coughlin in there?
Dino was sick yesterday with food poisoning, so we knew he wasn't exactly feeling the best, and I wanted to see Max get back in there, absolutely, because he's missed the last month, and I just wanted to keep Dino on a little shorter leash and give him the 9th, and I mean, I had all confidence in Max and our guys that we were going to come out and give Dino that inning.
You were able to get Cale Jensen a pitch hit at bat. I'm sure that was going through the back of your mind. Okay, where can I use this guy in a big chance? And it worked out great for you to get to rolling in there in that 9th inning.
Absolutely, and I told Cale all day, just be mentally ready, keep the hammies loose, and he was down in the bullpen stretching all day, taking swings, because I knew there would more than likely be a chance where we needed that stick late in the game, and if we weren't getting it from somewhere else, and he did a great job. Really proud of him coming in there. It's a tough thing to do, to pinch hit when it's 9th inning. You have been sitting around, so really good job from Cale.
We really appreciate Danny Weiser coming up after a loss like this. It's very, very classy for this guy to come up and put it in perspective. And Danny has faced a lot of coaching challenges in the last 24 hours that you can go through a month and not have some of the situations he's faced. And he's had to go through the ringer, and you just feel like it's going to go his way here before it's all said and done. Plus, he's coaching against the Casper team, which is now won 20 straight. So you would like to maybe kind of ease him into it a little bit, but that's the way you learn, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you're if you're on a foreign trip, if you're studying abroad, you kind of get thrown into the fire, learn the language there. I think it's kind of a similar way there. It's not going to be the prettiest of all times, and I mean, it's the best way. I mean, he's going to get a lot of experience this way, and really, iron sharpens iron there, and he's going to be a well-chiseled tool by the end of the season, getting a lot of good experiences first season. But like I mentioned, tough pill to swallow, but it's just really great to see that the Sodbusters are actually hanging with it and giving this top team in the Independence League a run for their money. With every game, you feel like they get a little bit closer, and hopefully tomorrow's the day, Steve.
And big coaching challenge to get them up and ready to go for tomorrow, because this one was a really tough one to take, really two tough ones to take. And you feel like, okay, if we can't win those two, can we win another? Hopefully Danny and his positive attitude will keep it rolling as this series continues. Big thank you to the whole crew, for Mason, for Connor, for Noah, and for Ryan Valenta. We'll be back on the air at about 6:15 tomorrow. First pitch at 6:35 as Hastings plays Casper again. Third time, 7 in a row, 4 here at home. So if you want to come out and see some great baseball, 2 tremendous games to open this series, 2 more here at Duncan Field. Final score, once again, in 10 innings, Casper defeats Hastings by a score of 12-8. I'm Steve Stein. Good night, everyone.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the